We took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House. The school of champions, we laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon to everyone, and welcome once again to Camelot Bowl here in Collinsville, where we obviously have some bowling for you. Today we're going to be focusing on the boys. The girls are here too. They'll be in the couple of lanes right next to the boys as Collinsville gets ready to take on the Alton Redbirds. And again, my name is Todd Duke, and we welcome you in to the pregame show brought to you today by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. You can give them a call for carryout orders. That number is 618-855-9007. Well, both of these teams come into this contest with the same records as far as their head-to-head Southwestern Conference matches go, and that means both teams are 3-2 on the year. Sean Hay is into his 25th year as the head coach of the boys bowling team and has a record of 224 wins and 105 losses. His son Eli Hay is kind of taking over on the boys side of things during these matches, so we'll be talking to Eli here in just a moment. As I mentioned, Alton comes in at 3-2 as well. Ray Lewis is their head coach. He is their first-year head coach. He took over for David Meyer, who was the boys bowling head coach for the last 8 years. Coach Meyer's teams went 40-55 over that time and captured regional championships in his first 3 years. That would be 2016 to 2019. And the team went to state in both 2017-18 season and the 2018-19 season. Coach Hay, like I said, he's been doing this for 24 years. This is his 25th year. 13 times as Coach Hay's teams made it to state. They took third place in state in the 2002-2003 season, and 5 times Coach Hay's boys teams have been regional champions. Collinsville's boys are coming off a big win Monday over Edwardsville. The boys took all but one of the head-to-head matches in that match. Senior Daniel Wilde had a 255 game in the last match of the day. He rolled 8 straight strikes in that contest from the 2nd frame to the 9th frame. Junior Brody Hoganson had the high series with a 687. All of his games were over 200. His first one was his best one of 243. Fell off a little bit to 216 in the middle frame, and then the final contest saw him roll a 228, and Collinsville ended up winning that contest 39-1. They knocked down 815 more pins than Edwardsville did on that day. So we're looking forward to some great bowling here coming up from Collinsville. Taking a look at the standings real quick. O'Fallon, they are in first place. They are undefeated right now. They are 5-0. Then you have Alton and Collinsville both sitting at 3-2. Belleville East is at 2-2. And Belleville West is at 1-3. And Edwardsville is at 0-5. And taking a look at some of the averages that we have for you here for these two teams on the boys' side of things. We'll begin with Alton. Sam Otwell, he's tops in all 3 categories: average, high game, and high series. Otwell's average is 221. His high game is 288, and his high series is 789. For Collinsville, a little bit more mixed. Brody Hoganson has the high average at 205. Tatum Snyder actually has the high average at 221, but he's only bowled 2 games on the varsity side, so that's why his average is a little bit higher. But of all the guys who have bowled 14 games or more, Brody Hoganson has the edge in the average category at 205. Daniel Wilde, he's in control of the high game and the high series. They do now have his 300 game on this list, so can't get much higher than that. So the high game of 300 will remain at the top unless someone can match it. And Wilde also has the high series as well with a 718. So that is where we stand right now. We take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk things over with Eli Hay, and we'll do that in just a moment here as the LC's Pub pregame show rolls on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for Veterans in Need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today.
Joel Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
Once again, we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're back at Camelot Bowl covering the boys today as they get ready to take on Alton and Eli Hay. The boys' head coach joins us now. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic, man. You got your Christmas shopping done?
No.
No?
No, unfortunately not. I got to get to it.
How much time do you spend outside in the world shopping for Christmas, or is it mostly online stuff?
I like going out. I shop online only when I have to. I like going out to the stores. I like seeing what's available. I just like the old way of shopping, I guess.
Yeah, I do about half and half nowadays. Yeah. Although, it kind of takes the fun out of it sometimes doing it online.
It does.
All right, man, let's go backwards in time to Monday in that game against Edwardsville. You guys had an awesome game, man. 39-1. You 815 more pins than Edwardsville. Your team's kind of running out into you guys are getting better and better, aren't you?
Yeah, we're definitely getting better. And honestly, I think we left a lot of pins out there that day. Brody obviously had a great day. Shot 670, 680, I think.
687 to be exact.
Yeah, no, he had a really good day. Everybody else kind of struggled a little bit, but we got the win. It's hard whenever you're facing opponents like that who their programs just aren't, where they need to be to compete at the level of the rest of the conference. But no, we definitely showed some good things out there, and stuff we definitely want to bring in today to a much more competitive opponent.
Yeah, and you guys you mixed and matched a lot in that game and moved some guys around.
Yeah. I at the start of the day I said you got to bowl 185 to stay in. 185 is the bare minimum, and it's just kind of a little, like I said, a little bit more motivation, something to bowl for when your opponent's just not going to be bringing enough to keep you in it. And we have a big team this year. We got a lot of depth. We got a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores. So just want to get kids on the lane, give them time to see different shots, different bowl against different teams, bowl in different lanes, bowl with different teammates than they're not normally used to bowling with. It's just a good time for exposure for a lot of those kids.
Daniel Wilde, we've talked about him before. We can talk about him again. I mean, he's already got a 300 game this year. And then Monday, that last game of the day, man, he really was on fire. Strikes, second through the ninth frame, nothing but strikes.
Yeah, he took that second game out, just kind of reset his mental and got back in it, and just picked right back up where he's supposed to be.
Junior Brody Hoganson seems to be Mr. Steady, man. Yeah. Every one of his games was over 200, started off with a 243, ended with a 228. So he is Mr. Consistent, I guess you would call.
Absolutely. He's definitely our most consistent bowler right now, and consistently well is the big thing. He's bowling good, and he's doing it consistently.
All right. I've talked about LeDrew before, too. He's pretty consistent.
Absolutely, yeah. We're working on a pretty big physical form fix. We're working on a better swing for him, which in bowling, it's something to get used to. You're gonna experience a lot of different things, different targeting, and where you're putting the ball. But even going through a big change like that, he's still covering a lot of spares, still staying on his game, and yeah, he's consistent. And he works hard. So yeah, he's doing well.
All right, let's talk about the guys that we have not talked about so far yet this year, and that would be Jace Coates and Shane Box. Tell me a little bit about their games and their maturity.
Yeah, so they their scores have been a little less consistent than the other guys. They both had, tournaments where they averaged 210, 215, and they're both fully capable of getting those 220 averages on a consistent basis. A couple of mental things that just got to work through, and it happens a lot with high school bowlers. The mental is the hardest thing to tackle in this game. But yeah, I mean, when they got days where their heads clear and they got nothing else but bowling to think about, man, they light them up just like the rest of them.
All right, man. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you after game number 3.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. That is Eli Hay, the head coach on the boys' side of things here for his dad, Sean Hay. We will take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show, and when we come back, well, we'll have some bowling for you. Myself and Brandon Campbell will be joining you for this one, and all that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahawk Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahawk Sports Network, as well as the Kahawk Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC.
We love to have you come work for the city of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the city of Collinsville.
And once again, we welcome you back here to Camelot Bowl. My name is Todd Duke, and on the other microphone, the one, the only, Mr. Brandon Campbell. How are you, man?
Good, how are you?
Good. All right, so I refreshed my memory. Graduated in 2022?
2023.
2023.
Yep.
So not too long ago. Tell everybody what you've been up to since then.
Well, I'm still at SWIC. I think the last time I was on here, I said I was at SWIC, and finishing up my second year there, and then I think I'm going to go to SIUE and study civil engineering there. So,
civil engineering, and what are you going to turn that degree into? I don't know much about civil engineering, so explain it to me.
Well, I don't either, but it sounds fascinating, so that's what we're going to do. I kind of want to do something with construction, like work a construction company, design their projects for them, so I think I'm going to do something along those lines.
So you create stuff.
Yes,
And
pretty much.
not build stuff.
Pretty much,
You
yes.
create it and somebody else builds it.
Yep.
All right, I got you. All right, man, so we got some boys bowling that we're paying attention to here. We are already underway, and the Kahawks and their first bowler, that was Brody Hoganson. And Hoganson knocked down everything except the 10 pin. And over on the Alton side, Braden Buchanan had a strike on his first go-around. That is followed up by Eric Brondmeyer. He throws a strike, so Alton starts off with 2 straight strikes. And I don't know if you caught any of Monday's game on the old YouTube channel, but Edwardsville struggling this year, so it was a little bit of a easier go-around for Collinsville, but I think Alton's going to give them a run for their money.
Yeah, I would be willing to bet that too.
All right, so here is Joseph Ventimiglia. He is a junior. Matter of fact, the first 3 bowlers for Alton were juniors, and he'll pick up a strike too, and Alton is threatening to strike out the side here on this first frame. And meanwhile, here is Jace Coates over on 25 for Collinsville, and he'll leave up 3 pins. So Alton already off to a hot start there, Brandon.
Yep, that's what I expect out of that team.
I kind of expected the same thing.
Yeah, they've been pretty good the last few years. They have kind of a younger team, so they're really starting to get into it this year.
All right, here is Jace Coates, one of 2 seniors, the rest juniors for Collinsville. We'll run down the 5 for each team here in just a moment as Coates throws down 25, trying to pick up his spare, and he will. And Hoganson, by the way, just barely nicked that 10 pin, and it just like moved over an inch. It never did fall down, so he got left with an open frame. Brody Hoganson led things off. He's a junior. Jace Coates, who just won, is a senior. Shane Box due up next. He's a junior. Hayden LeDrew, another junior, follows him. And then the anchor bowler is Daniel Wilde, the other senior on Collinsville's team. And here is Shane Box over on 25. 23 and 24 empty here today. So it'll be a little bit faster for everybody on 25 to go, as the only person they have to wait for is the one on 26. But the folks on 26 have to wait for the varsity girls on 27 to before they can go. So that's where we stand right now as we await the first from both of the number 4 bowlers here. Hayden LeDrew for Collinsville on 25 and Sam Otwell, the senior, on 26. So Braden Buchanan, the junior, he's the first bowler for Alton. Eric Brondemeyer, our junior, is the second one. We saw Joseph Ventimiglia, a junior. Sam Otwell getting ready to go next, and their anchor bowler for Alton is Gabe Futhy, and he is a senior. So Collinsville already starting off a little behind the 8 ball here with 3 straight strikes over here on lane 26 as we await Sam Otwell to throw his first ball down that lane. And he steps up to the line now. And his first go-round here in this varsity matchup between Collinsville and Alton. Another strike, so 4 straight strikes for Alton as Hayden LeDrew trying to pick up his spare. He will. So far, Shane Box is the only one to register a strike for Collinsville, so it appears they're going to start off behind after this first frame. Here is Gabe Futhy. And Futhy will not pick up a strike, so he's the outlier here in this first frame.
That looks pretty good for Daniel over there. Yeah, nice messenger on that 10 pin for Mr. Wilde there. The only one to shoot 300 this year.
Yes. Tried to catch myself from coughing there. When I rip off the headphones, I ripped off my glasses right along with them. Here's Futhy on 26, and that is going to do it for frame number 1 as Daniel Wilde picks up that strike on 25. So after 1 frame in the books, a 1-pin lead for Alton, 50-49. Girls are all done with their first frame as well. And looks like Collinsville is a little bit behind as well on that one, 48-41. So a couple of close first frames here on both the girls and the boys on the varsity side. Here is Brody Hoganson, the junior, on 26. And he'll pick up a strike, so that'll help Collinsville climb back into this thing. Not that they're out of it, it's way early. But Braden Buchanan over on 25 for Alton, trying for 2 strikes in a row, and he will. That was a weird strike there.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, that was, I guess, a lot of luck.
Yeah, I would say so.
It happens sometimes. Jace Coates down 26 now for Collinsville. He'll pick up a strike too. So maybe lane 26 is hot.
Maybe.
Is there a difference between lane to lane?
Yeah, sometimes there is.
Yeah.
Depending on who bowls on it.
Right. And I guess it has something to do with the oil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I'm still kind of a novice at this bowling thing.
You'll learn.
I went out a couple of weeks ago and bowled just for fun over in Bethalto. Had a good time. They had the black lights on, everything glowed. You know, it was kind of cool.
I've actually never been there before.
That was the first time I'd ever been there.
I haven't heard very good things about that place, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I didn't have any bad reviews of it. I mean, it was just a little family outing. I had the grandsons visiting from Heron, so we all went out and had a little fun bowling. My daughter apparently has been there a few times. That's how she knew about it. And
yeah.
here is Collinsville's Shane Box, and Shane will leave himself a sleeper. The 2 and the 8 pin remain. Over on 25, that is Eric Broadmeyer picking up his spare. And we are rolling right along here. Collinsville girls JV team looks like they have a couple more bowlers than they did against Edwardsville the other night when they only had one. Edwardsville only had one also, so it was just the 2 girls going back and forth for a while there.
Hey, they get done fast at least.
They did. That is for sure. All right, here is Shane Box going for that sleeper spare. Lots of two-handed bowlers these days.
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't do that, did you?
I did not. I was a one-hander. Two-handed is definitely the wave of the future.
Yeah, it appears to be.
So much easier to get power and rev rate on the ball when you have 2 hands as opposed to just one.
Yeah, my oldest grandson was doing that at the bowling alley in Bethalto a couple of weeks ago. They were in town for Thanksgiving. All right, here is Hayden LeDrew for Collinsville. Had a spare in his first frame and trying to follow that up with a strike, but just missed out, left the 1 pin.
I think he actually left the 4 pin on 25 and on 26 as well in those 2 shots.
I notice that happens a lot too.
Yeah.
Lots of coincidence is left on the lanes. We did the girls game the other day, and it was just a bunch of 10 pins being left.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a minor adjustment you got to make.
Here is Sam Otwell on 25. He'll pick up his spare. Or excuse me, that was Joseph Ventimiglia over on 25. Sam Otwell due up next. The number 4 bowler for Collinsville, Hayden LeDrew, picks up his spare. Now Otwell, the number 4 bowler for Alton.
Is he a senior or a junior?
Otwell is a senior.
Senior, okay.
And he'll miss the head pin off to the right. Struck that 3 pin first. And here is Daniel Wilde. Wilde with 8 straight strikes Monday against Edwardsville from the 2nd frame to the 9th frame. Nothing but strikes. Had that 300 game in the Southwestern Conference tournament earlier this year, and Mr. Wilde will start off with back-to-back strikes.
He's bowled pretty well this year. Got to give credit to him.
I would say so, man. A 300 game, that's pretty well.
I was actually there for that 300 game.
Were you?
I have a video on my phone of it.
Apparently we had who was it, Jacob Taylor, who threw a 300 game at the exact same place last year.
Yes, just the year before.
Yeah. All right. We are down to the final bowler here in frame 2, Gabe Futhi on 25 for Alton, and he'll leave up the 10 pin.
There's that pesky 10 pin.
It is. I knew it was going to strike sooner or later.
Oh, yeah. Happens a lot here at Camelot.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that all the years I've been doing this, I think this is like year number 6 of covering bowling. Haven't even heard about a 300 game being bowled here. Jacob Taylor last year and Daniel Wilde this year are the only ones I can remember. And both of those were at Bel Air.
I think they were at St. Clair, actually.
St. Clair, was it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, through frame number 2, Collinsville still trails 149 to 138, so the 1 pin advantage after 1 has blossomed into an 11 pin advantage for Alton here after 2. Girls are stuck in the middle of frame number 2. Looks like Alton's down to their final bowler for the girls, but the Kahawks are still stuck on bowler number 2 here. And how about a strike from Brody Hoganson? Hoganson has been rounding out into a pretty good bowler too.
Yeah, he really likes bowling at this center, and he's put in a lot of work during the off season. He looks really good this year.
So you know all these guys still?
Yeah, I know most of them. I know all of the varsity. The JV, I know a few of them, but not as many as I used to.
All right. That's what happens after you graduate, man.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, here is Jace Coates over on 25 for the Kahawks, and he'll pick up a strike, back-to-back team strikes here, and 2 in a row for Coates as well. So Collinsville heating up a little bit. In that first frame for Alton, they had 4 strikes and a spare, and in the second frame, they had 1 strike and 4 spares.
Spares are good.
Yeah, it's a lot better than opens.
This is true.
Yeah. Here is Shane Box for Collinsville on 25. Braden Buchanan over on 26 for Alton. That's Alton's first open frame, and there's another strike, so 3. How about a team turkey?
Yeah.
Call that a team turkey. 3 straight strikes to start off the third for Collinsville, and a strike, a spare and a strike for Shane Box. And Eric Braunmeyer leaves up 3 pins over on 26 for Alton, as Hayden LeDrew readies himself on 25. And here is that try. And little 2 straight on that head pin. And left up the same bunch of pins, the 3, 6, and the 10. The same thing that Braunmeyer did. And Braunmeyer can only pick up the 3 pin. So back-to-back open frames for Alton. Don't tell me they showed their best in the first frame and they're going to...
I would hope not.
Yeah, I would think not either. So LeDrew also left with the 3, 6, 10. Let's hope he fares better than just hitting the 3. And here is that try. Looks like he will do better. Joseph Ventimiglia, the junior over on 26. That's a mouthful, Ventimiglia.
I wasn't sure how to say it, to be honest with
Well,
you.
I had to go ask the coach. I wasn't going to just guess. Parents don't like it when you get their kids' last names wrong. So I had to do my phonetic alphabet spelling there and spell it out so I don't forget. Here is Wilde going for a turkey to start, and he does get the turkey. So 4 strikes and a spare in that frame for Collinsville, and Kahawks are doing a nice job on the comeback trail here. Ventimiglia.
I think they might like lane 25 better than lane 26.
Yeah. I thought Alton was going to like lane 26, but so far, man, they've got open frames. And now the 3rd bowler in a row, Buchanan, Braunmeyer, and Ventimiglia have all left open frames, and they've left the door wide open for Collinsville to take the lead. And Collinsville already finished with the 3rd frame. They sit at 245 pins right now. And we still have 2 bowlers to go over here for Alton. Here is Sam Otwell, down 26 it goes. And Otwell will pick up a strike. That's his 2nd in the 3 frames that he's bowled, with a spare sandwich right in the middle of that. And that'll leave things up to Gabe Futhey. F-U-T-H-E-Y is how you spell it. I got that phonetically spelled too. Futh and E.
I bowled a few tournaments with him outside of high school season.
Leaves up 1. So right now, Collinsville with a 5-pin lead as we await Futhey's last throw at this 4-pin over here. He has to wait for Kellen Stevens to go over there for the girls on 27. And Futhey is ready to go, send us into the 4th frame right after this throw. And that one's got a lot of curving to do, and he just missed it. So 4 open frames out of the 5 for Alton in that 3rd, and that swings the lead back over to Collinsville, 245 to 240. What was your favorite tournament to bowl in?
Oh my, that's a good question.
Well, the boys are in the Belleville Invitational this Saturday, while the girls have to go all the way up to Joliet.
I'll actually be at Belleville. My dad's doing the scoring for that tournament, so I'm going to help him out.
Okay. Here is Brody Hoganson picking up a strike. That's a turkey for him. So a turkey for him, a turkey for Wilde, and a team turkey in that 3rd frame for Collinsville. Braden Buchanan over on 25 will leave up a mess. And he's in jeopardy of having back-to-back open frames. Here's Jace Coates. Coates also looking for a turkey here. And he got a little bit too much head pin, and he almost leaves up the exact same thing that Buchanan did over on 25. Almost. Well, not even close, really. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, that's not close.
I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, well, the other side's got the 1, the 2, and the 10. And Brody's got the 4 and the 7 and the 6. And, of course, as we probably figured out, Buchanan will leave up the 10 pin. Here is Jace Coates trying to take care of his. He'll just pick up 1 out of those 3 pins left. So Couple of open frames by each of those bowlers, and now here is Eric Brondmeyer, the junior for Alton on 25. And he misses the head pin and has that kind of almost the same thing. Kind of almost, I said.
He's just got the 4-pin in addition.
Yeah. Shane Box on 26 now for Collinsville. So no turkey for Jace Coates. Box is looking for back-to-back strikes. And he will lead. Man, there's all kinds of separation going on in these two lanes now. Wide gaps between pins.
Yeah.
Brondmeyer on 25 will take 2 of the 4 he left up. And for the second frame in a row, he has an open frame as well. Aren't these guys supposed to be getting better as they go along here?
You would think. Doesn't always happen that way.
No, I guess not. Joseph Ventimiglia over on 25 now for Alton.
Sometimes you look really good in practice, and then they turn the score on, and you don't roll good, because I've had that happen a few times.
Yeah. A little bit of separation over there, but not as bad as it has been. Got the sleeper 2-8 and the 7 sitting back there in the corner. And now Shane Box will try to clean up his mess over here. He's got a sleeper as well, the 3 and the 9, plus the 6, 10, and the 7. And he'll kick a field goal, go right in between everything.
It's good, 3 points.
3 points, which is what he needed to pick up a spare. No, that was the other side. Never mind. That was Ventimiglia. Ventimiglia is getting ready to go now on 25. So back-to-back open frames for Collinsville. And Ventimiglia got that 2, but the 8 stayed. That's the problem with those sleeper pins, is you got to pretty much hit them right on to get the one behind it. Pin goes one way, ball goes the other, and leaves the pin standing there. Here is Hayden LeDrew on 26 now for Collinsville. He was trying to guide it in the right direction, but that didn't work, and he'll have a small split, but doable. Sam Otwell on 25. He'll pick up a strike.
That was quite the interesting strike.
Yeah, got the lucky kick of that pin and just
roll the 2-pin.
Yeah.
It's always nice when you do that.
Hayden LeDrew. I'm sure there's a little bit luck involved in those 300 games, man.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that saying before. LeDrew couldn't quite get that small split over there, left up the 10-pin. And now we are down to our anchor bowlers. Here is Gabe Futhi over on 25 for Alton. Has the ball to match his jersey or his shirt.
There's a strike.
And a strike. And Daniel Wilde looking for his 4th in a row. And here's that try. That looks good. There you go, 4 in a row. I would love to see a 300 game in person.
Yeah, so would I. As soon as you say something, though, then you jinx it.
Yeah, you know, I do that all the time. I did that the other day to Leila Jaoko. She has 4 in a row, and I'm like, hey, let's see if she can go 5 in a row. And then she went up there and got a split. All right, Brody Hoganson on 25 gets us started in the 4th. Collinsville up 355 to 296, and Hoganson will leave up 3. Braden Buchanan on 26 for Alton will start off his team's 5th frame. And he'll start it off with a strike. That's his 3rd of the 5 frames that he's bowled. Taking a look up here at the girls real quick. It looks like Collinsville still trailing 197 to 138 as they are just now beginning the 4th frame. Hoganson trying to pick up his spare on 25, and he will. Eric Brondmeyer on 26 for Alton. He'll pick up a strike. This is starting to look like the 1st frame all over again.
It is. They want that pizza. They got to get that pizza frame in the 5th frame.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you get a team, if your whole team gets all strikes, you get a pizza in my Wednesday night league.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool. I think the boys did that in the 1st game that I did against Belleville West. I didn't know that.
I think
in the adult leagues we call that the beer frame.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Coach Hay makes it 2 frames of consecutive strikes, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. So it puts the pressure on him, huh?
Right.
Ventimiglia on 26 leaves up the 1, 2, and the 4. Shane Box getting ready to go on 25 now for Collinsville. Trying to follow up the strike from Jace Coates. And he will. I guess we were talking and I missed Jace Coates throwing his strike. That happens sometimes too.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah. That's what happens when we gab.
Yeah.
How's Christmas shopping going, man?
Well, I haven't really done any of that.
Oh, well,
so-
okay. Time's getting kind of close there, buddy.
Yeah, I might want to do that.
Yeah. What is today, the 11th? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Christmas is, what, 2 weeks from today?
Hey, I'm done with school now, so that's nice.
Okay, yeah. There you go. And you go to SWIC?
Yeah, I am
Yeah,
a
my
SWIC,
daughter
yeah.
goes to SWIC. She's in the, she's doing the certified medical assistant classes. Today's her last day as well.
Yep. Finals week this week.
Yep, that's what she had too. Been killing it. And here is LeDrew, and how about back-to-back strikes by Collinsville? Back-to-back-to-back strikes with Coates, Box, and LeDrew. And here is Sam Otwell on 26. He'll pick up a strike as well. He got strikes everywhere. That's a turkey for him. Daniel Wilde going for strike number 5. Over on 25. And here is that try. Get it in there. 5 in a row.
Hey, we didn't jinx it that time.
No, I didn't. It's like mentioning a no-hitter in the 7th inning.
Yes. Very similar to that.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I don't believe in jinxes then.
I do sometimes.
All right. One more throw coming up here from Gabe Futhi, and we will move on to frame number 6. And here is that try with the 4 pins he has remaining, and he will take care of all of them. So as we head into the 6th frame, Collinsville still out front, 442 to 376. Girls are almost finished with their 4th frame. Layla Jaoko on 27 getting ready to go for the girls while we have a little bit of a pause here on the boys' side. See, I told you, man, strikes all over the place. Layla just picked up one, too. She's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Brody Hoganson trying to get back on that strike machine, and he will. Nice throw there.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. So he has 4 strikes out of the first 6 frames. Here is Braden Buchanan over on 25 for Alton. And he'll throw another one as well. See, your dad chimed in on the chat line. Any idea what that means?
I don't know what that means,
I don't
actually.
know either. I'm afraid to ask. Here is Jace Coates, back-to-back strikes for him and back-to-back strikes for Collinsville to start off this 6th frame.
He's probably sending me texts as we speak.
Probably. Eric Brodmeyer on 25. His team looking for back-to-back strikes to begin the 6th as well. And here is that try, and he'll miss out. Just barely nicked that head pin over on the right-hand side and kind of kicked it away from the 2 instead of at the 2. Shane Box trying to make it another turkey in the 6th here for Collinsville. He'll miss the head frame completely, or the head pin, excuse me. Leaves up the 1 and then the 3-9 sleeper. Braunmeyer has the 2-8 sleeper going over there. And he'll miss the pin that was on the
It's the 5 pin.
right. Yeah, the old 5 pin. Kellen Stevens with a strike for Collinsville. So Kahok's had Lady Kahok's had 3 strikes and 2 spares in that 4th frame. So did Alton, by the way. And after 4 in the books over there, Alton still leads 297 to 230. Oh, your dad would be here giving me all these updates on the girls' side.
Oh, he's working tonight.
I got you. Missed that head pin again in the same exact spot that Shane Box on both throws. Joseph Ventimiglia on 25 now for Alton. That was a nice approach as well. He's like, finally.
He seems pretty happy about that. Strike.
Yeah. Hayden LeDrew on 26 now for the Kahawks. That one looks good. Well, just a little bit too much at the end there on that head pin.
Was not expecting it to hook that much.
Yeah. Gabe Futhi on 25. Or excuse me, this is Sam Otwell on 25. He missed the head pin too. Been a lot of that going around here lately. LeDrew on 26. Trying to take care of the 3 pins on the right-hand side. And he'll just take care of the first one. That's it. So Collinsville with a couple of open frames here in this 6th frame. As Daniel Wilde steps up over on 26 for Collinsville. Looking to keep his good game going here.
Hopefully we don't jinx that.
That's why I didn't say what, I thought I was going to say. That one looks a little off, yep. So his first non-strike. He'll hit down, knock down 8 and leave up the 6 and the 10. And over on the other side, Otwell will take care of his spare. They called that a split? Why is the 8 all lit up over there? Oh, no, I guess they had to make a change on the computer.
Change the score there.
Yeah, that's not a split indicator. That would be the big black circle around it. I'm still learning, man.
You're getting there.
I am. Here is Futhi. He'll pick up a strike to end the 6th frame for Alton. And now Willie trying to pick up his first spare after 5 straight strikes to start off this first match. He will, and that will send us to frame number 7. And right now, Collinsville in front, 540 to 482.
Which match are you covering next year?
Next week? What do you mean? I got a match Monday. I'm back here Monday.
Yeah.
I'm covering the girls.
That's right.
Matter of fact, both of my next 2 are girls, because last year I did 3 boys matches and 2 girls, so this year I'm doing 3 girls and 2 boys.
Oh, okay.
So this is my last time covering the boys. I can't remember who we're playing on Monday. I'm gonna guess and say Belleville East.
Yeah, that sounds
Because we've
right.
got Alton, Edwardsville, and Belleville West already. And then I only have 1 left, and I believe that's on January 6th, and that is against O'Fallon. So that one should be a good one because both Collinsville's girls, or the girls from Collinsville and the girls from O'Fallon are very good.
Yeah, the boys, on the boys' side, O'Fallon does not like losing to us.
Yeah,
So
well, they're 5-0.
they are.
Yeah, they haven't lost yet, so both of them will be fun, but I'm going to be covering the girls. Collinsville's girls beat O'Fallon in the head-to-head match and then came in second place at the Abe Lincoln Invitational, as O'Fallon finished in first and Collinsville finished in second. So that should be fun. All right, back-to-back strikes by Hoganson and Coates for Collinsville. Over on 25, Shane Box is waiting patiently for the pin setter to drop down. It finally does. He's ready to go. That was a turkey, by the way, for Coates. And Box couldn't complete the team turkey. Here is Braunmeyer for Alton on 26, and he'll leave up 1 pesky pin that wouldn't fall down. Moving right along over here for the boys. Boys are always faster than the girls anyway, but it also helps that lanes 23 and 24 are empty. Although Monday when I was here, everybody got done pretty much around the same time.
Who did we bowl on Monday? Edwardsville?
Edwardsville.
That's it.
Boys were ahead of the things for a while, but then they had a problem with their lane. And I think they had like a 5-minute delay, and that allowed the girls to catch up. And once they did, they kind of stayed steady, even Steven. Here's Shane Box going for his spare on 25.
It looks good.
Yeah, oh.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Spoke too soon.
I do that a lot, man. That's part of the nature of this business. Ventimiglia on 26, looking for back-to-back strikes for himself. He has a long pause.
He does.
And he'll pick up a strike. Honestly, didn't think that was going to do that because that was a lot of head pin there.
Like I said, sometimes better be lucky than good.
Yeah. Here is Hayden LeDrew for Collinsville on 25. He'll make no doubt about it, his strike. 3 strikes so far in this frame for Collinsville. And here is Sam Otwell for Alton on 26. A split. I liked doing the game against Belleville West because they have their names on the backs of their shirts.
This is true, they do.
So I didn't have to look down at my sheet as much. Wilde, after 5 straight strikes, had a spare in the 6th frame trying to get back on the strike train, and that one looks pretty good, and it is. And now Otwell trying to do something with that split, but he's only going to get one.
I have to do this again while we have a second. Mr. Matthew Falvey, I guarantee that he is listening right now. So giving him another shout out here.
Oh, Matthew.
He always enjoys listening to these, so.
Yeah, well, good. Glad someone does.
Yeah,
It's always a plus in this business.
it's true.
Here is Futhi on 26, and he'll pick up a strike two in the 7th frame. And we head to the 8th frame. Collinsville still up 629 to 576. Over on the girls' side, there are a couple of bowlers into frame number 6. Collinsville still down, though, 444 to 374. That was a nice spare pickup over there on 27, though. That'll help. Here is Braden Buchanan on 25 for Alton to get us going here in the 8th. He'll leave up the right side, takes down most of them on the left side. Brody Hoganson on 26, looking for a turkey. If so, it'll be his second one here in this first game.
That looks
Move it
pretty
over.
good. Yeah,
There you go.
that was pretty good.
Yep, 2 turkeys in this first match. Kahok's looking pretty good so far. They were down a little bit after the first couple of frames, but boy, they've made some noise since then. Buchanan on 25 will take care of his spare. Jace Coates, he's looking for 4 in a row. And he will not get it.
He almost sent a pin into the 9 pin there.
Yeah. There is Eric Braunmeyer on 25, so a strike for him. While Coates gets ready to try to pick off his one lone pin remaining. That would be the 9 pin. And he does. It amazes me whenever I watch bowling on TV and they show all the pins moving around down there in slow motion.
Yeah.
And they're all like everywhere going around, and there's one pin standing.
Yep.
It defies logic sometimes. Shane Box on 26 now for the Kahawks. And the Kahawk Jr. lets it roll. Oh boy, that was close to going off the edge there. That's the same way my grandson bowls, the oldest one. Well, he had a hurt finger too, so that did the way he bowled.
That usually does not help.
No. And Ventimiglia, back-to-back team strikes here for Alton, and a turkey for him as well. Shane Box has a bit of a mess to clean up down there.
Yeah, that isn't the easiest spare. Or
No.
the most common leave.
Box is ready to go. That one looks better. Oh, 7 pin just wouldn't go down. Sam Otwell on 25 for Alton. Missed the head pin also. Leaves up the 1, the 2, and then the 10. That won't be fun to try to pick up either. Hayden LeDrew readies himself on 26 now for Collinsville.
That's got a hook a little bit.
Yeah,
he got
there you go. That's that luck you were talking about. And a double for LeDrew. At home, when we play on the Xbox, we call that a double, just because it sounds fancier. And here is Daniel Wilde.
I always joke whenever I'm bowling bad and I finally throw 2 strikes in a row, I say I got a sanctioned double.
There you go. Sanctioned by who? We don't know. Oh, almost a split, but luckily one fell down, so a little bit of an easier spare to pick up for Wilde than the split would have been. Here is Futhi on 25. He'll leave up the 10 pin.
Everybody's favorite.
Everybody's favorite. I had a young lady for Edwardsville bowling the other day, and she's a right-hander, but she puts so much spin on the ball. She starts it left, and then it spins back to the right, and she had the hardest time. Whenever she left the 7 pin up, it was so hard for her to get that one down.
I think there was a girl, when I covered the West match with you last year, I think there was a girl that did that too.
Yeah, might have been the same one. Wildy. He'll end.
boy.
Oh, boy, that was right down the middle. That didn't have much movement on it at all, which is really weird for him. All right, 8 frames in the books. Collinsville still up 735 to 674. 2 frames left here in this first game. Girls have just started the 7th frame, and still Alton has the lead, 532 to 448. Here is Brody Hoganson on 25, and that one's going to travel off to the left of the head pin. He's having a little trouble finding that groove after, well, I can't say that. He just had 2 turkeys in this game, so.
You just got to get that 4th one.
Yeah. Here is Buchanan, and he will pick up a strike to start the 9th frame off for Alton as Hoganson ready to go on 25. He doesn't have to wait because there's no one on 24.
He didn't seem very happy after that first shot.
No, he didn't.
I can't blame him for that.
There you go. That's a little bit better. That's probably what he wanted to do on the first throw. Mad that he left a pin up, though, but that one looked a lot better. Meanwhile, here is Braunmeyer on 26, and he'll leave up the 10 pin. While Jace Coates readies himself on 25. Coates had a turkey earlier as well. And here is his throw in the 9th. That one looks good. It is good. Another strike. Coates right now doing a pretty good job of keeping pace with Hoganson and Wildy there.
Yeah, he's a pretty good bowler.
Yeah. Braunmeyer on 26. Trying to pick up that 10 pin. He'll miss it off to the left. Shane Box on 25. Oh, that one's going in the gutter. That one didn't spin. That sounded like it hurt.
Yeah, I don't think he's very happy.
No, he's not.
I can't blame him either.
Ventimiglia on 26, looking for 4 in a row. And he'll not get 4 in a row. He's got that bionic sleeve over there on his right hand.
Bionic sleeve.
Yeah.
I've never heard it called that before.
No, it's got the shiny chrome stuff on it, so
does.
I call it bionic. Box trying to settle himself down here. Coach Hay may have to talk to him a little bit about settling himself down. I don't know if bowling angry is good. Guess we'll find out.
It depends on the person.
Trying for a 10-pin spare is Shane Box. And that one's going right into the head pin, and he'll leave up just the 1. Ventimiglia. And he's got 3 left to deal with over on 26. And he'll take care of that spare. His head coach, Ray Lewis, appreciates that. No, not the Ray Lewis that used to play football for the Baltimore Ravens.
I didn't even think about that.
That's the first thing I saw when I saw his name. Here is LeDrew, and he almost was left with a split, but luckily that last pin fell down. So he only has to deal with 1. Sam Otwell on 26 gets ready to go. And he'll pick up a strike.
Can't read that girl's score over there. I'm kind of blind.
563 Alton, 478 Collinsville. 593 now. They are now finished with the 7th frame. And just falls off for Hayden LeDrew over there on 25. Here is Gabe Futhi. Futhi on 26. We've seen a lot of the 3-6-10 left over here on these guys. Meanwhile, Daniel Wildy. He'll throw it down 25. Move over. It did not move over. Lucky. He got 8 pins out of that.
That's an easier spare.
Yeah. Had an open frame in his last go-round, did Wildy. Here is Futhi's last. And he'll just take care of the 3, left the 6 and the 10. He's not very happy. You can see that written all over his face. So the 9th frame over for Alton. Collinsville will still have the lead going into the 10th here, despite what happens with this last throw from Wildy. And Daniel lets it go down 25. Curve. Ooh,
Uh-oh.
didn't curve enough. Just got the head pin. That was it. So Collinsville up 823 to 764 as we head to the 10th frame here of this first game. And we will see how things pan out. Brody Hoganson readies himself on 26. Hoganson looking to go over 200 for the 4th game in a row if you take the 3 against Edwardsville, and he will have himself a sleeper. The 3 and the 9 remain up.
Is the 9 pin there? I can't see it.
Yep. It is. Braden Buchanan on 25 gets the 10th frame started for Alton.
He kind of pauses. Like
He does.
halfway
Big
through his
pause.
approach.
And he bends down a lot.
He does.
That would hurt my back. Hurts my back just watching him. He picks up a strike, so he'll have a couple of extra. And no extras for Hoganson, and he'll end up with a 197. See, I jinxed him. Going for his 4th 200 game in a row. If you believe in that kind of stuff.
197, still not a bad game.
No, not at all. So Buchanan will have a chance to make it a little closer, but first Jace Coates on 26. Get over there, and it does. That's a strike. And Coates will go over 200. Here is Buchanan on 25, the first of his 2 extras here. And he'll make it back-to-back strikes. He's got himself a turkey. 9th frame strike, and the first 2 here in the 10th. And he has a chance to overtake Hoganson on his next throw. Jace Coates, he's going for a turkey right now as well. Oh, that's too much head pin. He'll leave himself a split. But he is comfortably in front of Braunmeyer, so he'll win that head-to-head matchup. Right now, Buchanan is trying to win his head-to-head matchup. Hoganson ended with a 197. Right now, Buchanan sitting at 190. And he will strike out the 10th, and he will win that head-to-head matchup.
3 pins.
Yep. And Coates ends up with a 218. And that's before Braunmeyer even throws. Braunmeyer sitting at a 129, so no chance for him to catch up. Here's Shane Box over on 26. Box.
That looks better.
As it looks a lot better, but he leaves himself a split, so he's still not going to be happy. Here's Braunmeyer on 25 now for Alton. And he'll pick up a strike. Alton trying a furious comeback here in this 10th frame.
That's what they do.
Yeah. So Shane Box, unless he can somehow, some way pick this up, will not get the extra ball, but that remains to be seen. It's a lot better than a 7-10 split, but still.
Not much you can do with that except get 1.
Yeah. And he will.
He does.
So Box will end up with a 120. And he will lose his head-to-head matchup, as Ventimiglia already sits at a 160. And Braunmeyer will leave himself a split after a strike to start off the 10th. Girls are just about ready to finish up their 8th. Collinsville trailing 683 to 552. And here is Hayden LeDrew on 26 for Collinsville. That looks good. That's a strike. Braunmeyer will throw his last ball here in this first game. He'll pick up the 2, obviously, and leave the 10 pin out there. And he will end up with a 148. So Coates wins his head-to-head matchup. Hayden LeDrew would like a couple of more strikes here to make things interesting against Sam Otwell. And that, I thought it looked a lot better than that would have turned out. Here is Ventimiglia on 25. He's already won the head-to-head match with Shane Box. Shane with a 120. That's kind of uncharacteristic.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I don't think he's winning that head-to-head point.
No, he's not. Oh, whoa. Ventimiglia left himself a little bit of a mess down there. But as I said, he already won the head-to-head matchup because right now he sits at 170 to Shane's 120. Here is Hayden LeDrew trying to pick up his own mess down there as well.
He's got 2 for sure.
Yep. And LeDrew will end up with a 165. And that's just a 1-pin lead over Otwell before Otwell even throws. We'll see how the total pins end up here when we're all said and done. Man, he almost picked up that spare, didn't he? Ventimiglia almost got that. Ends up with a 174. Here is Daniel Wilde on 26, who started off with a flurry, and somehow or another that 8-pin remained. Otherwise, that was a good hit. Sam Otwell over on 25. His first throw here in the 10th. He'll leave up 2. So Wilde has 1, Otwell has 2. Wilde will go up first. Looking to pick up a spare to give himself 1 more throw. Here is that try.
He's got a hook.
Yep, he did. He'll have 1 more. Here is Otwell's second here in the 10th on 25, and he'll pick up a spare and also have 1 more throw coming his way.
I think Otwell is also going to win that head-to-head match.
Oh, yeah. He already has. He still has 1 more throw to go, though. Here is Wilde in his final throw here in this first game. And that'll end the first game for Collinsville. And got to hook a little bit more. No. He'll leave up 4, and he'll end up with a 211. 1 more throw for Otwell, down 25, will end his first game, and he'll leave up the 10-pin, even though it wobbles down there a little bit. Otwell will end up with a 193 and take the head-to-head match over Hayden LeDrew, 193 to 165. And Gabe Futhi is the only thing keeping us from heading to game number 2. Eli Hayes talking to all the guys, but I think he's directing most of his attention to Shane Box. Here is Futhi. And he will leave up 1, which lessens his chance to catch up Daniel Wilde and his 211. So far, Alton's won 3 of the 4 head-to-head matches. Collinsville has ended with 911 pins. And here is Futhi's second throw. He'll take care of his spare, and he'll have 1 more.
I think we might win the
Yeah, we're going to win that
total.
one. Yeah. Collinsville ended up with 911, and right now Alton has 886. So the best they can do is just add 10 more onto it. And here is the final throw of game number 1 by Gabe Futhi. And he will leave up a couple, and he will end up 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays? Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville, open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting collinsvillefoundation.com.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
And we welcome you back here to Camelot Bowl. Not underway yet here in this second game. Todd Duke and Brandon Campbell back with you. And one change to tell you about as far as the rotation goes for Collinsville. Shane Box will sit out this second game, and Marion Hall, one of the other seniors on the team, will come in to take his place. And Marion on the year, if I can find my sheet. Where's my sheet? Oh, I got him upside down. That doesn't help. That's a rookie mistake by us broadcasters. Marion Hall for Collinsville has only bowled in 3 games on the varsity side this year. He averages 188 and is in those 3 games. Had a game high of 203 and a series high of 399. He's been throwing down there for the JVers. So that is the only change for Collinsville. No changes for the Alton Redbirds as we are underway here in game number 2. Taking a look up at the girls. They are in the 10th frame. Couple of bowlers left on each side. Collinsville trailing, though, 8:59 to 7:12. And I'll have Coach Hay take a picture of that score sheet when it's all said and done and send that to me, because I'm sure this boys' game will be finished first. And
spare and a strike for Collinsville so far.
all right. We'll let you do some play-by-play a little bit there while I go take care of business.
All right, sounds good. All right, we got a Marion Hall coming in for Shane Box on 26 here. Just a little bit left. Leaves up the, was that the 1, 2, 3, 5? Alton over there on their third bowler, Benta Miglia. Hopefully I said that right. And that looks pretty good. Yeah, a strike for him. And Hall is going to throw at his spare here. I could be wrong, but I don't think Hall is a senior. I am going to ask, though. All right, Alton on their fourth bowler now, Mr. Otwell, leaving up the 6 and the 10. Did confirm that Mr. Marion Hall is a junior. I will let Todd know that correction whenever he returns. And LeDrew leaving up the 2 and the 8 on 26. Girls are finishing up the 10th frame now. Looks like Alton is going to take that first game. Alton's anchor bowler, Miss Jillian Dwiggin, she actually shot a 299 on Monday at St. Clair. Pretty good game for her. And LeDrew is going to take care of the 2-pin there. I should mention that Otwell only took off the, I believe, the 10-pin on 25. Just a bit wide right for Futhi over there on 25. And now we got Mr. Wilde up on 26 here. And that's left, but he will leave up the 3-6-9, that looks like. Oh, there's no 9-pin there, so just the 3 and the 6. And Futhi will just take the 2-pin, leaving the 1 and the 8 over on 25. Moving right along here, Mr. Wilde on 26. He's going to throw at the 3 and the 6, and that looks pretty good. But he will take off just 3-pin as it hooked at the very last second there. Coach Sean Hay trying to pump him up. He says it's too quiet. Got to make some more noise around here. We're having a powwow. Coach Eli Hayes having a powwow with the guys, get them motivated here. As Alton continues on 26, Braden Buchanan with that long pause. Never noticed that before, watched him bowl plenty of times. Looks like he'll leave up the 4-pin. Couldn't see his head was in my way. On the girls' side, Alton is on their last bowler, and then they're going to be moving to the second game. Buchanan throwing at his 4-pin on 26. Good spare for him. And looks like we're done with the powwow for the Collinsville guys. Mr. Hoganson's going to step up. And he really has bowled well this year. I know that last game didn't show it. As soon as I say something, that tends to happen. But he has bowled really well this year. And he starts off really good there. He's worked a lot in the offseason, and he's throwing the ball great. So good to see him putting in the work and getting it done. Coates has also put in a lot of work during the offseason the past 2 years, and he's looking really good too as he throws on 25. Unfortunately, he did split there.
How we doing? What did I miss?
Not a whole lot. Coach Eli had a little powwow with the guys over there.
Yeah.
One correction. I know you said that Amarian Hall, he was a senior. He's actually a junior. I spoke to Eli about it.
Well, you know, I printed this right off of the Kahok Athletics page. And right there it says senior. I know sometimes these things are wrong. Somebody gets excited.
Yeah. Senior didn't sound quite right, so I wanted to confirm with Coach.
Yeah, I kind of was thinking about that too, because it's kind of rare for a senior to be playing on the JV team.
He's up now on 25.
He is. And he will leave up a couple. That would be the 4 and the 7. We are about halfway through the second. Girls are just underway in their second. And without knowing right off the top of my head, I'm going to say the girls lost that first match against Alton.
They did. I did not catch the totals, but they did lose the first game.
There's Otwell on 26 picking up his spare, and now Hall will try the same on 25, and he will be successful as well. Collinsville with a couple of strikes in the first couple of frames. One by Hoganson, one by Coates. Here is Futhi, excuse me, on 26 with a strike. So 3 strikes and 2 spares in the second frame there for Alton.
Coach Lewis looked really happy about that one. I don't know if you saw him back here.
Yep. And here is LeDrew, and he'll leave himself up a bit of a mess with a split. Not the 7-10 variety, but a 4-10 instead. Or excuse me, a 2-10. Alton is finished with their second frame. Collinsville will have this one coming up from LeDrew, and then Wilde will finish up the second for Collinsville.
A nice strike on the girls' side there.
Yeah. Layla's pretty good.
She is.
Plays tennis for the Lady Kahawks as well. Against, well, not against, but with one of my broadcast club students, Layla Hutchinson. So when they play together, they call themselves Layla Squared.
I went to a few tennis matches this year.
Yeah? Well, it was a nice try there by LeDrew. Hit that 2-pin over on the left-hand side, but just not quite enough to take care of that 10-pin. So Daniel Wilde will end the second frame here. And he will do so on lane 25 with a strike. So that'll help get a little bit closer. Collinsville was down 127 to 113, so that'll make it 127 to 123. Alton has a 4-pin lead after 2 frames. And we move on to frame number 3. And here is Brody Hoganson on 26 for Collinsville to get us started. Little powwow there between father and son, Sean Hay and Eli Hay.
I see that.
All you could see on the camera was the tops of their heads.
You can see Sean's head right there.
Yeah. That was Buchanan over on 25 for Alton.
He may not like me for saying that.
As Hoganson tries to pick up his. Oh, yeah, that was
We got 2.
a little off, yeah. Probably wasn't going to get a spare anyway, but sure he would have liked to at least have 3 of those 4, but he got 2 instead. And here is Eric Broadmeyer on 25. Or excuse me, that is Buchanan trying to pick up his spare. He does. Now Jace Coates on 26. Had a split that he couldn't pick up in his last frame. That was after a strike in the first frame. And he'll get a little bit too much head pin there and leave one standing up. Now Broadmeyer over on 25. He has a purple ball.
I don't think he was throwing that ball last game.
Yeah. He'll pick up a strike, though, so I'm sure he'll like to keep that purple ball going for a while. Coates trying to pick up his 1 pin down there on 26, and he will miss it. Joseph Ventimiglia on 25 now for Alton. And he delivers. Missed the head pin, but still leaves just the 1 and the 2. Amarian Hill on 26 has the spinning going the wrong way and started off down the middle and then spun away from the head pin.
Coach giving Mr. Coates some advice there. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. Ventimiglia on 25. Ready to try to pick up his spare. He had back-to-back strikes coming into this frame, and he'll have back-to-back strikes and a spare. And here is Hall.
That looks better.
That looks a lot better.
Yeah.
He'll pick up a spare there.
Just got to do that on the first shot.
Yeah. He's probably saying to himself, why didn't I think of that? So we're down to the 4th and 5th bowlers on both sides, and here is Collinsville's 4th bowler, Hayden LeDrew, on 26. And LeDrew right down the middle will leave up the 6 pin, or is that the 9?
That is the 6 pin.
Okay. Otwell on 25. He'll leave up 1 as well. Just the opposite side.
Yeah, I think that's the 4 pin.
You are correct.
Another 4 pin on 27 too.
4 pins everywhere. 1 pin on 28 as well.
Conveniently a 6 on 28.
Yeah. Here is LeDrew's try, and he'll take care of his spare. Now Otwell will try to pick up the 4 pin over on 25. And he will. So now we're down to the anchor bowlers. Daniel Wilde steps up for Collinsville on 26, looking for back-to-back strikes. And a little too much head pin there as well. Everybody's leaving 1 pin behind, man. Here is Futhi on 25. He didn't leave 1 pin behind. And Collinsville will be trailing here 232 to 193 if Wilde can pick up this pin. If not, they'll be stuck where they are right now at 192.
I'm just going to be quiet and not jinx it.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'll push the envelope, man. Here is LeDoux's try down 26, and see, I did jinx it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, so 232 to 192 after 3 frames in the books here in this middle game.
Wilde's got a little goatee going on his face.
I saw
I don't
that.
know if you saw that.
Yeah. I couldn't grow facial hair when I was in high school.
I can't either.
Then I joined the Army, and then they made me shave, and that's when it starts growing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, I used to get in trouble. There's a strike by Buchanan. I used to get in trouble for not shaving, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror going, what do I need to shave? I don't have anything. But apparently peach fuzz counts, so that's what I had. And so the drill sergeant got mad at me. He's like, you know what, Duke? He's like, I'm going to wake up with you every morning. I'm going to stand in front of the mirror with you. I'm going to make you shave. So, you know, about when I got out of basic training and I got over to Korea, my first duty station, that's when I started actually growing facial hair. And then I grew a mustache because why not?
Right. Fun times.
Yeah. Now I got the goatee as well, but now I got this whole gray thing on my chin. Here is Amarian Hall on 25 now for Collinsville. Looking for a team turkey here, and there it is.
That was a lot better.
Hoganson, Coates, and now Hall all with strikes. Braunmeyer couldn't follow up Buchanan's strike, so Braunmeyer now going for a spare with the 6 and the 10 left. And that one is going to go a little left of its intended target. Hayden LeDrew on 25. Looking for 4 in a row here for Collinsville as they're trying to erase a bit of a deficit here. And that looks good, but that pesky 4 pin remains. Ventimiglia on 26 now for Alton.
His bionic arm.
Yeah. That one's got to curve a little bit more, and it didn't hit the head pin. LeDrew trying to pick up that 4 pin left down there on 25. And he's going to miss it to the left as well.
Lots of open frames today.
Yeah. This is our 3rd contest in a row, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're not done. We got something on Thursday and Friday. Tomorrow we have hockey for you. Collinsville taking on O'Fallon in a late game, man, at the RP Lumber Center. It's a 9:30 start. Todd's going to be very tired on Friday. And then we finish out the week with a little home basketball on the floor of Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Collinsville taking on East St. Louis. Big Southwestern Conference battle. Collinsville 0-2 now in Southwestern Conference play after losing at Belleville East last week, and they lost last night against Belleville West at home.
Were they at home last night?
Yeah, they were.
Oh. I thought they were away for some reason.
No, I did the girls game at Belleville West last night.
Oh, okay.
The boys were at home against Belleville West.
That's where I got confused, I think.
Yeah. Zach Roseman had the game on the broadcast club's YouTube channel, but apparently camera problems prevented him from doing anything but just audio on that one. I got a hold of some people in the IT department today and asked them to check things out so that doesn't happen Friday when I get there.
not long before the Prairie Farms tournament.
The bracket just came out today, and the tournament is the 27th, 28th, and 29th of December.
I'm sure I'll be there one of the 2 days.
Okay.
Or 3 days.
Yeah. Why not? No school, right?
Right. I don't know if you know, but my dad went to Quincy, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. I remember that.
Big Quincy fan.
Oh, yeah. They went in the championship last year.
They got a good team this year, too.
Yeah, they had a good team last year.
Well, I was going to say they didn't lose anyone, but I think they lost a few people last year.
Yeah. 2 and the 4 remain for Futhi as he will throw to end frame number 4 here. Girls have just begun frame number 3. And Collinsville is ahead in this one so far, 177 to 140. And here is Futhi's last throw on 26. He'll pick up the spare. We will head to the 5th, and Collinsville's trailing 341 to 260. They have some making up to do here. Pretty good 4th frame, though. They had 4 strikes out of the 5. And here is Brody Hoganson to begin frame number 5 here on lane 26.
That looks better.
Yeah, 10 pin.
Pesky
Go
10
down.
pin.
Yeah. The pesky 10 pin. Braden Buchanan on 25 will knock them all down, including the 10. As Hoganson tries to pick up his spare. He had a strike in that 4th frame. One of the 4 bowlers that did. And here is Eric Braunmeyer on 25 for Alton. He'll pick up a strike too, back-to-back strikes for Alton. Here's Jace Coates on 26 for the Kahawks. How about a strike for him as well? That's back-to-back for him. Ventimiglia on 25 for Alton, trying to make it a team turkey here in the 5th. And he will leave the 10.
Camelot will do that all day. If you hit that one spot down lane, you'll bring that 10 pin all day. It's really annoying after a while.
I bet so. Here is Hall, had that spin too much to the left, missed the head pin. He'll leave 4 downrange. As Ventimiglia will try to go for his 10 pin that he left behind over on 25. And he'll miss. Have you taken any basketball games over at Swick?
I have not.
No, we got all 3 of our seniors that graduated from last year's team play on that team. Zach Chambers and Jamari Weisinger and Nick Horace.
I knew Chambers was there because I ran into him at work one day.
Yeah. Where do you work?
I work at the Chick-fil-A that's right across the street from Swick.
Oh, gotcha. Over on 25. Ottman leaves the 10 pin as well. That 10 pin is pesky everywhere. That's a nice little spare pickup there by Amarian Hall. Otwell, excuse me. I think I called him Ottman. I wasn't looking at my sheet. I was taking a drink. Get a little parched when you talk a lot, you know.
That is very true.
Here is Hayden LeDrew on 26 now for Collinsville. Looking for his first strike here in this 2nd game. And, I thought he had it. We have a pesky 10 pin and a pesky 4 pin going on here on these lanes tonight. There's the 10 pin for Otwell, though.
I feel like we've seen a lot of the 4 pin tonight.
We have. LeDrew trying to take care of his right now.
Looks like he got it.
He does.
Did they say good boy?
I think so.
I'll have to ask him about that.
Futhi on 25. They say some things. I shake my head sometimes.
You gotta have fun when you're out here.
Well, sure. Nothing wrong with that at all. The girls, man, they have all kinds of sayings and chants.
They do.
There is Wildy, and he will pick up a strike to end the 5th frame for Collinsville, but Kahawks remain down right now, 429 for Alton, 350 for Collinsville. They just started the 4th frame for the girls, and the Lady Kahawks have a lead, 251 to 210. They're on opposite screens, man. The boys, Kahawks, are on the left screen, and on the girls are on the right screen. Makes it confusing for those trying to keep score, which is me. Just confusing for me, that's all, no one else.
I think the girls were supposed to be on the left lane, but I could be wrong.
Brody Hoganson on a strike down 25, and that is met by a strike by Buchanan as well, as those two are going to go head-to-head. Buchanan barely eked out the head-to-head win over Hoganson in that first matchup, 200 to 197. Here is Eric Brandmeier on 26 for Alton, and he's trying to direct the traffic, and it won't work for him. He'll leave up the 1, 2, and the 4, and then the pesky 10-pin. Meanwhile, Jace Coates, who did win the head-to-head matchup against Brandmeier in the first one, lets it go down 25. He'll pick up a strike, and that is a turkey for him, and back-to-back strikes for Collinsville to begin this 5th frame. They're going to need a little bit more of that to come back.
It's not over till it's over.
That's what Yogi Berra used to say all the time. One of his yogiisms. Brandmeier, he'll miss 2 out of the 4, missed the head pin. Marion Hall, who had a pretty decent spare in his last frame, lets it go down 25 for the Kahawks. That one looks good. There you go. A turkey in the 6th for the team. And 2 out of his last 3 for Hall. Everything's been a mark, though. 3 straight spares, a strike, a spare, and now a strike.
He's had some interesting spares, that's for sure.
Ventimiglia down 26. Had an open frame his last time up. That has too much head pin, but somehow or another he managed to get them all except for the 10 pin. That's because the 10 pin is what?
Pesky.
Pesky. That's right. That'd be a good name for a band. Please welcome the Pesky 10 Pins. Hayden LeDrew on 25. Had that one just stay up on the ledge and almost got a strike out of it. The only thing left is the head pin.
That would have been funny if that came back and he knocked it forward.
Yeah, he had 1 pin sitting on each side. So Collinsville couldn't complete 4 in a row in the strike department. But LeDrew should be able to pick up this spare since it is the head pin.
I would hope so. If he misses, I'll have to give him a hard time after the
Well, you can give him a hard time. I won't. He's bigger than me. Most people are, though. Ventimiglia down 26 trying to pick up that 10, and he drops it into the gutter. Then slaps himself in the thighs. He didn't like it at all. Here is LeDrew, who hopes he doesn't have to slap himself in the thighs. And he does anyway.
I got to give him a hard time now.
Yeah. He walked away in disbelief. Leaves himself an open frame. That is his 4th open frame here in this 2nd game. Sam Otwell on 26 for the Redbirds. Brings it in from right to left and knocks them all down. Daniel Wildy looking for a turkey himself here in the 6th frame. He lets it fly down lane 25, and he will leave up the 10. Oh, man. There was a pin that was sliding over there, but it wasn't sliding hard enough. Gabe Futhi on 26.
Is he saying any more things on the chat?
No, I just look down every once in a while to make sure I'm still on. And how about a strike by Futhi? That's going to extend Alton's lead. Open frames are bad.
Open frames are bad. Spares are good, though.
Yeah. Wildy trying to pick up that 10 pin. And he will, and that is going to do it for frame number 6. Collinsville trails 524 to 467. So Kahawks with only 4 frames left need to make some kind of noise here. Open frames do not help. Oh, he's smiling now.
That's because he got 2 strikes down there.
Okay. Probably coming back over to say, Coach, I'm good now. Put me back into the 3rd game. Talking about Shane Box. He has a smile on his face now. That was not the case during that first game. All right. Brody Hoganson left himself 1 pin over on 26, and Buchanan over on 25 left himself 2. Hoganson had to wait for Casey Buckman to throw over on 27. Now Hoganson delivers. Slide it on in there, he does. And Buchanan over on 25 still has the 4 and the 7 to deal with. He'll take care of those two. Jace Coates steps up on 26 for the Kahawks. He's looking for 4 in a row. Too much head pin, but almost got it anyway.
As soon as we say something.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's not going for the 300 game, so I don't consider that a jinx.
That's true.
Eric Brunmeyer on 25. And he will leave up 1 as well. Coates trying to pick up his pin on 26. And he will. Thought that got away from him for a minute. I thought it was going to just continue going right. But he has that spin on it that keeps that from happening. Now Brunmeyer's ready. And he lets it fly down 25. He'll pick up his spare. And here is Amarian Hall, who does not have an open frame here in this game. He'll let it fly down 26, and he will leave himself a little bit of a split.
That's pickable, though.
Yeah, no problem there. I've already seen him do that here in this game, haven't I?
It's true.
Something close to it anyway. Joseph Ventimiglia on 25. Tell you what, Amarian Hall doesn't waste any time, man. He's back up there. He's ready to go.
No, he gets up and goes.
Well, I don't know if that one's going to stay. Ooh, nice job. Man, I thought that had so much spin on it that it was going to spin to the left of the pin he was trying for, and actually hit it perfectly. So he continues.
He did it the hard way.
He did. He continues with no open frames. Here is Hayden LeDrew on 26, who had an open frame in his last go-around. And he'll leave up 2. LeDrew, 4 open frames here in this second game.
Has not been his greatest night.
No. Ventimiglia trying to pick up his spare on 25. And he will.
Looks like the girls are within 30 pins over there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
That's backwards. Collinsville's leading that game.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's what I said. They're on the right screen. Alton's on the left screen on the girls' side. And over here we have
the opposite.
Kahawks on the left screen with Alton on the right screen. I think it was like that on Monday against Edwardsville, too. That's why I kind of got used to it there. Kind of threw me off. Otwell leaves up 2. And here is Daniel Wilde. All spares in the 7th frame for Collinsville. Let's see if we can break that trend with a Wilde strike. All spares for Alton, too. Get over there.
Might strike.
Oh, well, we're going to have to try to go for 5 spares in a row. Here is Otwell trying to make it 4 in a row for his team in the spare department, and he does. Bunch of copycats. Stop doing what I do, man.
Nobody wants to strike today, apparently.
I guess not. Here is Futhi on 25. He'll try to pick up a spare as well, so looks like we might have all spares here in the 7th frame. Wilde will give his a try first. He has 3 pins left, and he'll leave 1, so much for that idea. I was kind of hoping to see that. Futhi, he has the 6 and the 10 over on 25. And he'll leave 1 up too, so how about that? The first 4 bowlers for each team all with spares, and the last bowler for each team with opens. And after 7 frames in the books, Collinsville still trails 618 to 562.
I think we're going to have a change for LeDrew. I saw him grab his stuff and go down to the JV, so we might be seeing a change
In the middle
here.
of the game?
Yeah.
Oh, Well, that's a bummer. Here is Brody Hoganson with a strike over on 25 for Collinsville. That's a good way to get rid of the spares.
We're going to have Sullivan Fry coming in for Hayden LeDrew.
Sullivan Fry.
One of the twins.
All right, well, we had all the spares that we could handle in the 7th frame, so how about the 8th frame is going to be a bunch of strikes, as Hoganson and Buchanan started off with a strike for their respective teams, but Coates couldn't follow suit, and here is Bronemeyer. He got the memo. He'll pick up a strike. So LeDrew not feeling it. Here is Coates trying for his spare, and he will pick up that spare. He had a turkey and then now back-to-back spares. Ventimiglia on 26 now for Alton. He'll leave up a couple himself. Marion Hall on 25. He'll leave up 2. No problem, man. He's a spare machine over there.
I was just about to say that.
Ventimiglia will take his turn over on 26 first. 6 and the 10 remain on the other side for Hall. And on this side, Ventimiglia takes care of his 2. Now Hall going for his, and he falls down. Still gets it.
You don't have to look pretty to pick a spare.
No, you don't. At least he didn't go over the foul line.
That's true.
So Alton, their first 3 bowlers, 2 strikes and a spare. Collinsville, their first 3 bowlers, 1 strike and 2 spares. Here is Sam Otwell on 26 for Alton, and he'll leave up 1. Sullivan Fry, who comes in for Hayden LeDrew, over on 25. And he'll leave up 1. Everybody's copying each other around here, man.
Sullivan has a twin brother, Simon. I can never tell the 2 of them apart.
Yeah. I bet that's fun.
And then I think they have an older brother, too, that looks very similar to them as well.
Yeah.
I bet it's confusing in that household.
I bet it is. With the parents, they always have tells, man. There's certain little things that their kids do or say, or, some kind of maybe one has a freckle here and the other one has a little curl in their hair there, and parents always know.
They told me at one point, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. So Collinsville with a strike and 3 spares. Alton with 2 strikes and 2 spares, and here is a strike by Futhi as he almost fell down as well.
You don't have to look pretty. All you got to do is knock them down.
That's right. So 3 strikes, 2 spares for Alton in the 8th. And now Wilde going over on 25 for Collinsville to end the 8th. And that one's not going to hit the head pin, so he'll have to try for a spare. My feet are cold, and I think it's pretty because I'm elevated on this stool. Got the air going underneath it.
That might be true. It is pretty chilly outside today.
Well, that and this metalish stool that I have has been in my trunk all day.
I'm sure it's nice and cold then.
Yeah. Well, you'd figure after almost 2 games here, it'd be warmed up. That's all right. I'm just cold all the time anyway.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah. I wish I was the opposite because I can't stand being cold.
That's why I wear shorts all year.
I would much rather be hot than cold. I love the summertime. All right, 8th frame is in the books. Collinsville trailing 7:05 to 6:47. So Kahawks need a big comeback here if they want to win this second game. At any rate, the head-to-head matches are going to mean a lot here in this second matchup as well. Here is Brody Hoganson on 26 now for the Kahawks. He'll start off with a 7-10 split.
Hit it. Nope.
First time we've seen a 7-10 split today. It's still daytime, right?
Barely.
It's the dinner. It's the dinner hour.
It's probably dark by now.
Yeah, probably. It's another thing I can't stand about winter.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Not at all. I like it better when it gets dark after 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's a lot nicer than 5 o'clock.
And a strike over there for Buchanan. And here is Hoganson, and he gets the 7 pin, but leaves up the 10. I've never seen anybody live and in person get a 7-10 split.
I have not either.
I've seen it on TV before.
You got to get really lucky to pick one.
Yeah. All depends on how that first pin hits the back wall, I guess. Here is Braunmeyer on 25. He'll pick up a strike, so Alton, they're like, you know what, we don't want to lose this middle game, so let's go ahead and take control now. Here's Jace Coates on 26 for Collinsville, and he'll leave up 2. But this time it's not a 7-10 split, so that's a plus. As Ventimiglia, he gets ready to go on 25. And here is that effort. How about a team turkey here in the 9th for Alton? 3 and the 6 pin remains for Jace Coates, and Coates will take care of both.
We're going to need a lot of strikes here in the 10th frame.
Yeah. Marion Hall.
Wasting
On
no
26,
time.
yeah. At least he didn't fall this time.
That's true.
He'll leave a sleeper. 3 in the 9. Here is Otwell on 25, trying to give his team 4 strikes in a row, and he will not. He'll leave the 6 pin standing. Hall. Down 26.
I got 1 for sure.
Oh, there you go.
I got 2.
Yeah. So no open frames through 9 for Marion Hall. Here is Otwell trying to pick up his 6 pin on 25. He's going to miss. That breaks the string of 3 in a row strike-wise for Alton. And here is Sullivan Fry, who spared in his first go-around with the varsity team after filling in for LeDrew beginning last frame. He'll leave up the 6 and the 10. And Futhi on 25. Well, now Otwell's like, man, how come I'm the only one that didn't pick up a strike?
I'm not sure I've ever seen Futhi smile before.
So the 9th frame over for Alton. And here is Sullivan Fry on 26, and he'll miss that 6 pin, so he'll have an open frame after that spare in the 8th, and Daniel Wilde will be the final bowler here in the 9th to send us to the 10th. Collinsville trailing by 80 pins here with Wilde yet to throw.
That looks better than the last frame.
Here you go. Oh, man, that pesky 10 pin. Quit being so pesky.
It's really good at that.
Yeah. All right, so Wilde will try to pick up this 10 pin and send us to the 10th. Collinsville right now is ahead on a couple of the head-to-head matches. But they're really close. Here is Wilde. And he will pick up that spare, and we go to the 10th. Alton up front, 8:03 to 7:36. 7th frame, 1 bowler left each for the girls' side, and right now Collinsville up 541 to 492. So the Lady Calcs looking to come back after dropping that first game. Here is Brody Hoganson, who will leave up, guess what? The pesky 10 pin.
I'm glad you can read the girls' total scores because I sure can't.
Yeah. I'm right in the middle of both of these screens, so it's easy for me to see both of them.
I have glasses and I still can't
There's,
see.
I got glasses on too, man. Maybe you need to get your glasses checked.
Yeah, well, that font's also really small, too.
It is. Buchanan starts off with a strike in the 10th, so Alton looks like they're going to win the team matchup. And Hoganson picks up that 10 pin, so he'll have at least 1 more throw. Buchanan has 2 more coming his way. And he's ready for the first of those extra 2 right now. It's a very strange approach.
It works.
Yeah, it does. Back-to-back strikes. That's a 4 in a row for him. Yep, 4 in a row.
think he's going to win that game against
I think so.
Brody.
Hoganson, his final throw is a strike. And Brody will end up with a 174. And Buchanan, who still has one more ball left, already has a 236. He's had a pretty good game. Won the first match up by 3 pins. It's going to be a lot more than 3 pins this go around. And Buchanan lets it go. Right down the middle. He'll leave up the 6 and the 10, but he will win the head-to-head matchup.
234?
244 to 174. Here's Jace Coates on 25 for Collinsville in the 10th frame. He'll leave up 1 at 5-pin stands.
5 pin.
He had a lead over Braunmeyer coming into this one, so we'll see if that stays. Depending on what Braunmeyer can start off with here on 26. That one's right down the middle. He'll leave up 2. So Coates really needs to pick up this 5-pin and give himself 1 extra throw, and he will.
I didn't see it, but Buchanan must have knocked down one of those pins because they gave him 245 on the scoreboard.
Oh, okay. I guess.
Like I said, I didn't see it, but they were commenting on how it needed change, so I assume that's what happened.
Yeah, I thought he left up 2. Here is Coates on 25, his final throw here in game number 2. And that, well, left up the 10-pin. So Coates will end up with a 190. And Braunmeyer will pick up his spare. And even if he picks up a strike here, he's going to be 2 pins short of the 190 that Coates just threw. Coates dropped off a little bit from his 218 that he had in the first matchup. Here is Amarian Hall, the spare machine here in this contest. Down 25. How about a strike? Hey, there you go. I got my wish. Ask and you shall receive. Braunmeyer with his final throw here in game number 2. And he'll leave up 1. Braunmeyer will end up with a 187, so Collinsville wins that head-to-head match by 3 pins. Coates wins the head-to-head match for the 2nd time against Braunmeyer. Here is Amarian Hall. He'll throw his 2nd before Ventimiglia even throws his 1st. Hall down 25. Slides it in there and leaves up 2. Ventimiglia, who did beat Shane Box in the head-to-head match in that first match, but Ventimiglia trails Hall here. And he'll laser one in there for a strike. No, that'll help.
I think he's got to have the next strike to win that game. But
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Well, Hall still has 1 more to go, so he might be able to get 2 more pins. And here is that try down 25, and he will get that, and Marian will end up with a 190, just like
190.
Coates. Ventimiglia has 2 more chances here. I think 2 strikes, he'll tie.
Yeah, if he spares here, he would tie also, I believe.
And how about a strike? No, he's tied now, so he has 1 more. He's going to end up winning this thing.
He just needs to keep it on the lane on this shot.
Yeah, pretty much. Here is Sullivan Fry. He'll leave up 1. And Ventimiglia with a chance to win the head-to-head match for the 2nd straight game. Marian Hall did not have an open frame at all in this game.
Not.
And how about a turkey in the 10th? 4 in a row for Ventimiglia, and he ends up with an even 200 to win that head-to-head matchup. And LeDrew picks up a spare over on 25, but he is...
I think that was Fry.
Oh, Fry, excuse me. Fry will end up behind Otwell. Otwell's first throw, and he's already got the lead. And he'll leave up 3. Oh, never mind. He did not leave up 3. I don't know what happened over there because I was already looking over at Fry getting ready to go.
I don't know how that happened. I just saw it on the replay. They'll have to change that score.
Yeah, I don't have any idea. So Fry is done over there. He ends up with a 138. Otwell started off before he threw that first ball with a 155, but they're going to change the score and give him a strike, so now he has a 165. And here is Daniel Wilde for Collinsville. He also is trailing right now in his head-to-head matchup, so he needs a strike and just couldn't get it. Man, I tell you what, that 9-pin looked like it almost was falling over.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, I don't want to fall over.
It changed its mind.
Yeah, Otwell leaves 1 on his second throw here in the 10th, so he'll have 1 more. And maybe the only head-to-head matchup we're going to win here is the Jace Coates game against Eric Broadmeyer.
I think that's what it's looking like, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get team total either.
No, I don't think so. Here is Wilde needing to pick up a spare for 1 more throw, and he will. And 1 final throw for Otwell, down 26. And he pegs his pin and ends up with a 175. And that's good enough to beat the tag team of Hayden LeDrew and Sullivan Fry. Fry came in the 8th frame. And here is Gabe Futhi with his first throw of the 10th. And he'll pick up a strike.
He's still not smiling.
So, yeah, not a chance here for Wilde to come back and win this one on his final throw. He's already trailing. And his final throw will result in a strike, and Wilde will end up with a 170. Futhi already has a 192, and he still has 3 more throws to go. Collinsville, after knocking down 911 pins in that first game, only managed 862 here in the second one as Futhi throws another strike. That'll put Alton over 1,000 pins here in this game. And his 4th strike in a row.
Another 10 pin on 27.
Yeah, they're all over the place, man. It's an epidemic.
It is.
Futhi with the final throw here in game number 2. And he will finish up with 5 strikes in a row. And he will end with a 222. Alton will end up with 1,029 pins. And they will win the second match of the day. And that will send us to a commercial break. And we will have the final game of the night coming up for you right after we take this final break here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. Todd Duke, Brandon Campbell back with you from Camelot Bowl. Collinsville now trails this contest 12-8. And the final game is already underway, and I will leave you in the very capable hands of Brandon Campbell here for a minute. Take it away, Brandon.
Sounds good. Game 3 underway here. Mr. Fry up on 25 for Collinsville. And Mr. Otwell about to throw on 26 whenever he gets his stuff ready. Girls finishing up over there. I can't read that score. But it looks like Miss Casey with a 168 as Coach Mark runs into me. Looks like Fry left up the 124 on 25 and a 2410 on 26 for Otwell. Fry throwing down 25 here for his spare. Pretty good. Good spare there. First 4 bowlers have gone a 9 open, 9 spare, 7 spare, 7 spare for Collinsville. I don't know how he just did that on 26, but hey, a spare is a spare. Bounce it out of the back, still counts. Wildy on 25, almost another 7-10, leaving up just a 10 pin. Camelot has that one spot where if you hit it down lane, it's just going to flag 10 pins all day. One of the unfortunate parts about bowling here, but there's a way around it. And Collinsville knows that pretty well, but looks like they've been kind of shy getting it to the right tonight. So I think we've been seeing some of that, and we'll see if that continues here in the 3rd game. Hopefully not. Looks like it's going to come down to the 3rd game for the totals here. Futhi throwing at the 3-6 on 26, and he'll take just the 6 pin. I've never seen that kid smile before. I joke about that, but I'm being genuinely serious. He does not smile a lot. He does throw it really good, though, and he has for quite a few years. I remember bowling with him when I was in high school. As Brody Hoganson throws down here on 26. That looks pretty good, but unfortunately another 7-10 for him. I guess I shouldn't have spoken so highly of him. Maybe he heard me and decided to do the opposite today. He's probably not going to like me for saying that because I know he'll go back and watch this. But Brody, seriously, you have really improved a lot this year, and keep it up. Buchanan leaving up the 8-10 on 25, just came in a little bit flat with his ball, it looked like. On the girls' side, Miss Layla Jayoko throwing in the 10th frame. And for Alton, Jillian Dwiggins in the 5-hole, throwing her, looks like her first shot in the 10th. Jace Coates up on 26 here. That was pretty good. Looks like we got a little bit more energy out of the team this game. They've been kind of quiet today, unlike Collinsville to be that way. As Broadmeyer leaving up another 10-pin on 25. Marion Hall came in with that 190 clean game. Really good job by him coming in. He is pumped up after that one.
Somebody's excited. Yeah. All right. I know that, and why would you? Change if you're Alton, so all 5 of their bowlers remain the same. Collins will make any changes?
They did not.
Okay, I see Shane down there. I was just wondering. Guess he's just going to be a spectator.
I thought he was over on the JV. I think he's still over there on the JV.
Oh, is he?
Actually.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he just came over to get a ball, I guess. Looking for the one he left behind. All right. In the second, and here is Sullivan Fry on 26, and he missed that head pin. Meanwhile, Joseph Ventimiglia going on 25 for Alton. Collinsville trailing 12-8. They need the team win here in this contest.
Girls are finishing up over there with Kellen Stevens in her 10th frame on 28.
Yep, Collinsville's going to win that one. They're already ahead 862 to 782, so that one ends up being 871 to 782. Lady Kahawks come back and win the second one after dropping the first one.
Looks like they're going to take all but one of the head-to-head games.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention in that first one, so I have no idea what the head-to-head matches were.
I didn't see it either.
Like I said, I'll have Coach Hay take a picture of that sheet for me and send it to me after we get done here, because I'm going to go home and drop off my equipment and head out for a few minutes. Then I'll come back home and write up my story. Wilde on 26 with a strike after a spare in the first frame. Collinsville gets 3 strikes and a spare in that second frame. Here is Sam Otwell on lane 25 now for Alton. He'll leave a sleeper.
That ball really made a left turn there.
Sure did. What'd you ask Santa Claus for this year?
Blues hoodie, actually.
A what?
Blues hoodie.
A Blues hoodie. Oh, yeah, I got one.
I don't have one.
Yeah. I got a Blues hoodie and I got a Blues jersey. Alex Pietrangelo jersey. Of course, you hate it when guys leave and you got their name on their rack. Yeah, so, you know, but I'm not one of those people that can afford to go out and buy a new jersey just because some guy leaves.
No, those are expensive.
Yeah, they are. I asked for a book, a Led Zeppelin biography. So Otwell picks up a spare. Here is Futhi on 25, and he'll leave up the 10 pin. And we've got a close early match going on here. Collinsville has 135 pins down, and they're done with their second frame. And if Futhi can knock down this one pin, Alton will have 131, so it'll only be a 4-pin difference, but it's very early. That can change in a heartbeat.
Uh-oh.
And that one goes into the gutter right at the last moment. Kind of threw that one like Fred Twinkle-Toes Flintstone. Ball had a little air underneath it before it hit the ground.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of grabbed it a little at the bottom.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes. Your hand gets really sweaty and you hang on to it extra long.
So a 5-pin lead instead of a 4-pin lead for Collinsville, 135 to 130 after 2 complete frames here in this final matchup. And here is Braden Buchanan on 26 for Alton, and he'll crash into that head pin, but he'll leave a pin standing. Here is Brody Hoganson on 25 now for Collinsville. He'll leave the same pin standing, I think. Nope, maybe?
It's yes, 4-pin.
4-pin, yeah, okay.
I don't know if you saw it, but Brody left a 7-10 in the last frame. I think that's his second one tonight.
Yeah, it is. Had one in the middle of that last game. And I'm looking up at the score and can tell you right now that he didn't pick it up.
No.
All right, well, Buchanan got his 4-pin. Here is Hoganson going after his, and he will just get it on the left-hand side.
All you got to do is hit it.
Yep. He was wishing as it went down there because he went down, put his hands on his knees. He was like, please, please, please. Here is Brodemeyer on 26. He'll leave up the 6 and the 10. Jace Coates down 25. He'll let his fly. And he will pick up a strike. That's back-to-back strikes for Coates. Started off with a spare. I was very impressed with the Marion Hall. No open frames in that last game that he rolled, so good for him. And so far, so good here to start this third game off with as well. Brodemeyer on 26 will go after that 6-10 before Hall lets go his first throw here in this third frame. Brodemeyer will hit the 10, leave the 6. Hall
That's
on
left.
25, yeah. You can tell when when it starts off down the middle with him, his always move left. And if it starts off down the middle, he's going to miss the head pin. Excuse me.
But he's picked a lot of spares today.
Oh, yeah. He's a spare machine. Here is Ventimiglia on 26. He'll pick up a strike as well. After back-to-back spares, he finally gets a strike. And Hall will not pick up a spare. That's his first open frame.
In 13 frames,
Yeah.
one open is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I would say so. Sam Otwell on 26. He'll leave up the 4 and the 7. And Otwell looks like he's ready to go before Sullivan Fry. And Otwell will pick up his spare. Fry came in the 8th frame of the last game for Hayden LeDrew. And now he'll get a whole 1-2 himself, and I believe that's his first strike.
It is.
Follows back-to-back spares in the first and the second. And Gabe Futhi up on 26 ahead of Daniel Wilde. And for Alton, Futhi will also leave up the 4 and the 7. Wilde looking for back-to-back strikes. Right now we're deadlocked at 2:03 each. And the anchor bowlers have one more throw each. Wilde hasn't even thrown his yet. So here's his, and he'll pick up a strike. So Collinsville may have a lead here after 3. They will, as Futhi will let it go, and it curves in there and takes care of that spare. Collinsville 223 and Alton 205 after 3 frames in the books, but again, it's still early. Yeah, a little tired, man. I'm a nap taker. You a nap taker?
If I have the time, yes.
Yeah, I take a nap every day after school, but on these days when I have bowling, I come straight from school to the bowling alley, so I don't have a chance to take a nap. So
Yeah, they start pretty early here.
yeah. Well, I just got to go out and get something to eat before I get here.
That's
I
true.
have lunch at school at 12 o'clock, but when I know I have bowling to do, I eat kind of light at school, and then I go out and get myself an actual meal, because I know it'll be a while before I can have dinner, if I do. Usually just another snack. Here's Coates on 26, and he'll leave up the 4 and the 7. That's kind of been a trend here in this third game on both lanes.
It's been a trend most of the night from what I've been seeing.
Yeah?
Definitely.
That and the
definitely
pesky
4
10 pin.
Definitely the 4 pin for sure.
Yeah, the 4 and the 10 have been throwing fits over here for these guys. Here is Brodemeyer. He'll pick up a strike over on 25, and Coates on 26 will get his spare. I thought for a minute he might miss that 4 pin. And now the third bowler for each team. First, Joseph Ventimiglia on 25. Ventimiglia and his bionic sleeve. Down 25 it goes. He'll miss the head pin. 10-pin wobbles and finally falls. That'll make it a little easier for him. Here is Amarian Hall, who's, yeah, it is, suffered his first open frame in the last frame, and now he'll have probably the most pins that he's had to pick up a spare on so far tonight. Ventimiglia has the 1, 2, and the 4 to deal with. A lot more than that for Hall over on 26. And Ventimiglia will miss the head pin. Here is Hall. He will not miss the head pin. Oh, but he leaves one up anyway. Back-to-back open frames by Hall now. Sam Otwell on 25. Redbird's fourth bowler. Comes in from a nice angle there and picks up a strike. Sullivan Fry, who had to strike his last frame, trying to make it back-to-back. He'll miss off to the left. And now Futhi over on 25 patiently awaits the pin setter to drop the pins.
He's ready to go without the pins.
Yeah, he was. Could you imagine back in the day before they had these automatic pin setters, there would be a guy behind all these things setting them up by hand?
I wouldn't want to be that guy.
Nope. Strike for Futhi. I'm sure it would be very loud to hang out down there.
Yes.
Fry trying to pick up his spare, and he'll leave one. So Alton is already finished with their fourth frame.
4 strikes and an open for them, it looks like.
Collinsville will still have the lead here after this fourth frame, though, because right now they're up by 5 pins, and Willie has yet to throw, and there his goes down 26, and he'll leave up the 3, 6, and the 10. The JV girls, looks like Collinsville has 2 of them. Alton has a full 5 over there. And a little bit of a different situation there. Collinsville's girls are a little light in the numbers this year. Willie will pick up his spare, and we will head to the 5th frame. Collinsville up 325 to 293. Still close. Hockey for you tomorrow. Collinsville versus O'Fallon from the RP Lumber Center at 9:30. Basketball for you on Friday. Collinsville and East St. Louis from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium right after the JV game. Frame number 5 underway. Here is Braden Buchanan on lane 26 for the Redbirds. That was a good approach. Nice shot there.
Where does Collinsville hockey usually play their games at?
Oh, well, all the different ice rinks. RP Lumber Center in Edwardsville, the McKendree Recplex in O'Fallon, East Alton Ice Arena in East Alton, and of course the dreaded Granite City Ice Rink that is not enclosed. So whatever it feels like outside, you get to feel it. And my least favorite rink of the 4.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
No. I did a playoff game there a couple of Februaries ago, man. It was like 12 degrees outside with a wind chill of 2. Oh, boy, was it cold.
That's some good frostbite waiting to
Oh,
happen.
man. And you said you got to stand on those aluminum bleachers.
Yeah. Those are cold, too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, I had foot warmers in my feet. My feet were still cold. Foot warmers in my shoes, not in my feet.
I knew what you meant.
I got a nice collection of foot warmers and hand warmers at home just for hockey season, mainly just for hockey season. But let me tell you what, when spring sports get underway in the middle of March, those baseball and softball games, man, they can be very, very cold.
Yeah.
Not to mention the girls' soccer, too, but at least I'm up in the press box. And I already got a heater in the press box up at Kahok Stadium. It stays there.
It's probably a little warmer in there.
Yeah, a little bit. At least you're not in the wind. Some of these places don't have a press box. But luckily for us, Collinsville baseball and softball both have press boxes. So I got a portable heater I keep in my trunk just for baseball and softball season. I leave the one up in the press box at the football stadium. It's always there. It has my name on it.
That way nobody takes it.
That's right. I got the cord taped down and everything. Fry over on 25 leaves up the 6 and the 10. Meanwhile, we digress and get back to bowling action here. Collinsville went into this 5th frame with a 32-pin lead. And a little wobbler on the 7 there for Sam Otwell, but it wouldn't fall down. Fry down 25, trying to pick up the 6 and the 10, and he will. Girls just began their 3rd frame. Only a 4-pin separation over there. Otwell trying to pick off that 7-pin, and he will. Got a lot of movement on that ball, man.
Him and Futhi have a lot of movement on the ball.
Daniel Wilde on 25 now for Collinsville. 2 strikes and 2 spares so far here in this one. He's going to have to work for another spare. That's a split. That's not fun. What is that, the 4 and the 10?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. Futhi on 26.
A nice curve in the pocket.
Yeah, he leaves a sleeper. 3 and the 9 remain. Wilde trying to pick up this 4-10 split. I would think that would be an easier split to pick up for a lefty.
It depends.
Yeah. I don't see too many lefty bowlers.
It's not as common as right-handed for sure.
Yeah. Ooh, he hit it head on though. A little bit farther to the left, and that might have had a chance. We had a female lefty a few years ago for Collinsville.
I don't remember her name.
Yeah, it's escaping me right now too. Little bitty thing. So we head to the 6th frame. Collinsville up 401 to 383 for Alton. So this game remains close. The head-to-head matches are a little close as well. Although Jace Coates and Daniel Wilde are the only ones that are above 90. Here is Hoganson, who leaves himself a sleeper plus the pesky 10-pin. Call that a sleeper and a snoozer. 10-pin likes to snooze over there in the corner.
That's one name for it.
Yeah. Here is Buchanan, and he'll leave up almost the same thing. He doesn't have the sleeper, though. He has the 3 and the 10.
I think Hoganson's just going to go and get 2 pins here instead of trying to go for the split.
Well, yeah, I probably would too.
It looked like that's what he was telling.
Too hard not to.
Yeah.
In order to get the split, you'd have to put the ball right in between the 10 and the 9, but then you'd probably take a chance on missing the 3. But he's going to give it a try anyway. Got the sleeper, but left the 10. Not much you can do with that.
Right.
And here is Buchanan on 25. He'll leave the 10-pin also. Jace Coates now up on 26 for Collinsville. It's on the way. That looks good. Ooh. Everything swarms around that 9-pin. Here is Brondmeyer on 25, and he'll leave himself a little bit of a mess down there as well. 10-pin remains. No shocker there. 2 and the 4 also down there. Coates has a better opportunity to pick up his spare than does Brondmeyer. And here is the try by Jace. Oh, and he misses it. Just a little bit to the left.
That hooked a lot more than I thought it was going
Yeah,
to.
me too. Brondmeyer down 25. He picks up his spare. That was a nice shot.
That's the 2nd time they picked that today.
Yeah. Nice round of applause from all the parents behind us. Here is Hall, and he just continues to miss to the left all of a sudden. All right. right, so Joseph Ventimiglia on 25. He's ready to go. And he'll leave up the 6 and the 10. Here is Hall trying to get a handle on his mess, and he'll leave the 10. That's about all you can ask for there.
Right. I think we may have another substitution, but I could be wrong. Looks like it, but I can't tell yet.
And it looks like Hall's going to go back down onto the JV side.
Yeah, LaDrew's going to come back over for him.
And LaDrew will come back over.
A lot of switching around tonight.
Yep. All right. Here is Sullivan Fry on 26, and he'll pick up a spare. Nicely done. Sam Otwell on 25. Coach Hay is trying not to let this game slip away. And Marion Hall was a little bit off there after having a fantastic middle game. Here is Wilde on 26. He'll hit the head pin, but he'll leave one standing anyway. That would be the 6. This game has gotten a lot closer. Here is Otwell on 25, trying to pick up his spare. He will. And Wilde trying to pick up his spare ahead of Fudi. Taking his first throw down 25 here in frame number 6. And Wilde will take care of that 6 pin. Fudi on 25. And he'll leave up 1.
The 4 pin again.
Yep. And right now, Alton just went back ahead by 10 pins. So if Fudi hits this, it'll be 11. As we get ready to head to the 7th. Fudi, he's already on 25. And that one is good, so we do head to the 7th with a 11-pin lead for Alton, 491 to 480. And now we are getting kind of late. Late in the festivities.
These matches take a while.
Brody Hoganson down 25 gets us going here in the 7th frame. And he does so with a strike.
There we go.
Brayton Buchanan trying to keep pace. And he will leave up that 4 pin. I think the 4 pin's given the term pesky a little run for its number over there on the 10 side of things. Chase Coates was ready to go, but the pin setter wasn't, so.
Pin setter said otherwise.
Yeah. He's going to go ahead and let Buchanan go for his 4 pin first. And Buchanan will take care of business. He has an 11-pin lead over Hoganson right now. Here's Jace Coates down 25. Ooh.
That's not good.
Nope. Brondmeyer on 26. Trying to keep pace with Coates. And he will with a strike.
Doesn't have to look pretty.
Nope, it did not look pretty, but it worked. The end result is all that matters. Here is Coates trying to pick up that mess down there. He'll take care of the 3 on the right-hand side.
About all you can do with that.
Yep. If you're going to knock down any of them, knock down the ones that are grouped up all together. The 3 is a lot better than the 2. Just by 1.
The Looks like the Drew is in here in the 3 spot. I don't know who was in there before.
Yeah, Hall was.
Okay.
And Ventimiglia has a sleeper to deal with as he left the 2 in the 8. Here is LeDrew. And he will pick up a strike. Yeah, Marion had 3 frames in a row, make that 4 frames in a row where he left an open frame. That was after not leaving any open frames in that middle game. So I guess he just kind of lost it there for a little bit. Like I said, Coach Hay wants the win, so he made the change. Ventimiglia on 26 for Alton. Takes care of both. Sullivan Fry on 25. Back-to-back spares for him. He's looking for a little something better, and there it is. How about back-to-back strikes for Collinsville? 3 strikes in this frame for the Kahawks, with Wilde still yet to throw. Here is Sam Otwell on 26 now for the Alton Redbirds. He'll leave a split.
Sounds like there was a turkey on the
I think
girls'
so,
side.
yeah. Sounded like a turkey anyway.
It looks like it on the scoreboard, too.
And Wilde ends up with a strike, so Collinsville gets 3 strikes in a row, 4 overall here in the 7th frame. So they continue to make things interesting here, and a field goal for Otwell, minus the 3 points. But still one more bowler to go, and right now, Alton has a 7-pin lead, or excuse me, trying to do my math here. Yeah, 7-pin lead. I was right the first time. Math wasn't one of my strong points in high school, you know.
Math is one of my favorite subjects, actually.
Yeah. All right, here is Gabe Futhi on 26, and he will leave up another 4-pin. So Collinsville, despite that pretty excellent 7th frame, 4 strikes but 1 open, will still be behind. And Futhi just has the 4-pin standing in the way of everybody going to the 8th frame. And here is that throw by Futhi. And he nails it. We go to the 8th frame with Alton out front, 574 to 548. Still close, but running out of time to make that comeback. Hoganson will go first. And down 26 it goes. And how about another strike? Back to back for Hoganson. 4 out of his last 5 frames. Brody has hit a strike. And here is Buchanan on 25. He'll keep pace with a strike of his own. Jace Coates on 26. Had the only open frame in that 8th frame. He'll pick up a strike, though, to give Collinsville back-to-back strikes. That's 5 strikes in a row now for the Kahawks.
He almost fell over, but he's still stuck.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Braunmeyer on 25 for Alton. Mows him down the middle and leaves up the 6 and the 10. LeDrew on 26. And he brings it. Slide in there. There you go. Team Turkey in the 8th. That's 6 strikes in a row for Collinsville here. Last 3 in the 7th and the first 3 here in the 8th.
Drew looks a little bit better than when he got subbed out now.
Probably feels a little bit better too.
Yeah.
Braunmeyer on 25 will miss. Open frames, especially this late, not good. Here is Sullivan Fry. He tried to keep the strike machine going. He had one in the 7th, but couldn't do it here in the 8th. He'll leave up the 1, 2, and the 4. Ventimiglia ready to go on 25 now for the Alton Redbird bowling team. He'll pick up a strike.
It's a bionic hand.
It is. Fry trying to pick up his spare. And he will.
I think Coach had some doubts there.
Daniel Wilde will step up on 26 and then step back. He'll let Sam Otwell, the number 4 bowler, go ahead of him. And Otwell down 25, slings that sucker in there, but missed the head pin. Missed it a little bit to the right. Wilde looking for back-to-back strikes here. Hit it there. Oh, he left the 6 and the 10 up. Otwell has 4 pins to deal with over on 25. He'll take care of all 4.
2 more frames.
2 more frames. Wilde has 1 more throw over here on 26, and Futhi, he'll throw first over on 25. Here is that try. He'll pick up a strike. Wilde, the last throw here in the 8th frame. And he's gonna, ooh, man, I thought he was gonna miss that for a second. So, 8 frames in the books. Still a close one, 660 for Alton, 638 for Collinsville. So just 22 pins separate the 2 teams. Close head-to-head matches going on as well. Here is Hoganson on 25, wasting no time to get the 8th frame underway, and he'll leave up 1. Braden Buchanan over on 26 will start his team's 9th frame. And he'll do so with a strike. I thought for a minute there he's going to get a little bit too much of that head pin. Hoganson ready on 25. He'll pick it up. And right now, Buchanan has a 2-pin lead on Hoganson. Here is Eric Braunmeyer for Alton on 26. Right on that head pin, leaves the 6 and the 10. Jace Coates on 25.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. That was a strike. He needed that because he was a little bit behind, but now he has the lead by 6 pins over Braunmeyer. Braunmeyer still has the 6 and the 10 down there to deal with. So Braunmeyer will step up as Hayden LeDrew waits over on 25. Braunmeyer will take care of his spare. And LeDrew ready to go on 25 for Collinsville. Get that strike. There you go. LeDrew with a turkey. This is a close match, man.
I have a feeling it's going to come down to the 10th frame.
Yeah, I agree. Joseph Ventimiglia on 26. He's ready to go. Girls just started their 7th frame. Collinsville up 446 to 443. Another close one. 3-pin difference over there. And a missed head pin by Ventimiglia. We'll leave the door open here. Sullivan Fry. Well, LeDrew already threw a strike, and that's who he's going head-to-head with. Ventimiglia is. And both of them leave up the same thing. 1, 2, 4. Ventimiglia will try to take care of his first. And right now, even with the strike by LeDrew, Ventimiglia has a lead in the head-to-head matchup. As he goes for his spare, and he will take care of that. And now, Sullivan Fry has the same pin set up, down 25, trying to get him a spare. And he will as well. Sam Otwell on 26 now, the number 4 bowler in the order of 5 for Alton. He will leave the 10.
Everybody's favorite.
Yeah, Daniel Wilde on 25, the anchor bowler here for Collinsville. And Wilde will leave the 10. These two lanes are copying each other, man. We had the 1, 2, 4 on both sides on the last bowlers, and now we got the 10 pin for these two, even though they're not going head to head. Otwell trying to pick up his 10 pin. He'll miss.
Just a little left.
Just a little bit. And now Wilde trying to pick up his spare to end the 9th frame for Collinsville. Right before Gabe Futhi goes up on 26 for Alton. Wilde will take care of his 10 pin, and now Futhi, the last bowler here in the 9th.
Not sure why it's on the second ball.
It's not.
I thought I saw it reset.
Let's hope not. Here is Futhi down 26. Oh, and he almost falls too. He'll leave up the 6 and the 10. Right now, Collinsville has the lead back. They have 753 to Alton 744, so the best they can do. Now, why did it set all the pins back down?
I'm not sure. I think they're going to have to respot that.
Well, that'll cause a delay in things.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was on the second ball.
I thought it looked like it reset it.
So he has the 6 and the 10 left. That's what he's got left. So they're going to have to go down there and manually do that. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for that to happen, we can remind you we have hockey coming up tomorrow. Collinsville and O'Fallon from the RP Lumber Center in Edwardsville. A late start. 9 o'clock games are bad enough. This one's at 9:30. And then we will follow that up with Collinsville Kahok boys basketball on Friday from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium against East St. Louis. Hard to believe the Cahoks are looking for their first Southwestern Conference win of the year. There is the human aspect of it.
It's one way to do that.
Yep. Pretty sure it's the only way.
Yeah.
Even in the day of computers. So they had to turn the lane off to do that. If not, then the computer would be like, hey, what's going on? All right, so the pin setter picks them back up, puts them back down, and now we are ready to go. And Futhi trying to pick up this spare. And it's on the way, and he will, and that'll send us to the 10th frame in a very, very close game.
Hey, he smiled a little bit.
7:53 for Collinsville, 7:48 for Alton, so just 5 pins separates the team aspect of it, and all the head-to-head matches are kind of really close, man. Here is Braden Buchanan over on 25 to get the 10th frame started. Buchanan has already won both of his head-to-head matches against Hoganson. And right now he has a 2-pin lead on Brody, and he'll leave the 4 and the 7 over there, so it would behoove Hoganson to pick up a strike here. No pressure, Brody.
None at all.
Here is Hoganson on 26. Slide in there. Oh, that pin just missed coming to the other side.
Right in front of it.
Yeah. Buchanan going for his spare on 25. And he will take care of that and have one extra throw. So now Hoganson has the pressure of trying to get one pin down to give himself an extra throw.
I think Buchanan is also going to win that game too.
Yeah, it's looking like it now. He had back-to-back strikes, so that added some
That's true.
points on there, that's why. And Hoganson will take care of the spare. And Buchanan on his final throw will leave up the 6 and the 10, and Buchanan will end up with a 190. And Brody Hoganson has a 171, so even if he takes care of all of them, he'll still fail by 9 or fall behind by 9. Hoganson brings it in and does pick up that strike, but he will end up with that 181. And Buchanan won all 3 head-to-head matches against Hoganson. Here is Brondmeyer on 25. He'll pick up a strike. Let's see now, Coates had strikes in the 8th and the 9th, so that'll help him as he throws his first down 26. And get in there. There you go. A turkey for Jace Coates. Team total still close, though.
It is.
Here is Braunmeyer on 25. And he will leave up 1, and he'll try to pick up here with his last throw. Jace Coates, he would just like another strike. That's what he would like. And it is on the way, and how about that? Back to back to back to back. 4 in a row for Jace Coates.
He'll win that game against Broadmeyer.
Yeah,
like.
Broadmeyer can only get one more pin. That'd put him at 7-8 or 180. And Coates is already over 200. And that's exactly what happens, a 180 for Braunmeyer. So Coates is going to win all 3 head-to-head matches against Eric Braunmeyer. One more throw for him, but he would like another strike to help his team out. Oh, that one's going out to the right place, but he takes it anyway. Struck out the 10th, and Coates ends up with a 214 to win that head-to-head matchup. Here is Joseph Ventimiglia on 25. Oh, that one falls off into the gutter. Hit the 10 pin before it did. I believe they have to reset that, don't they?
Did it hit the 10 pin after?
Yeah, it went into the gutter and then bounced up and hit the 10 pin.
Yeah, they'll have to reset that.
Yeah. So meanwhile, while they're doing all that on the little computer down there, Hayden LeDrew will go down 26. He already has a turkey, so he's looking for a little extra push here in the 10th. And there it is. Ooh, the 10 pin stays up again. So they take the 1 off on the board for Ventimiglia, and they reset the pin, or the pins. And he'll have to start all over again, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So Ventimiglia is on his 2nd ball.
Even though it doesn't say it down there.
It doesn't. It has the 1 dot going on, and now he'll pick up a 10-pin spare. And that'll give him 1 more. Here is LeDrew trying to pick up that 10 pin.
Looks good.
He will, and he'll have 1 more throw. Do the lights on the dots actually even work?
I think so.
All right.
You can just barely see him.
Here is Ventimiglia with his final throw down 25. He'll pick up a strike. And Ventimiglia will end up with a 170. And LeDrew right now is 6 pins behind. And here is his final throw down 26. And he will pick up a strike. That's a nice way to end it. He'll win the head-to-head matchup, 174 to 170.
4 pins.
Yep. Take it whatever way you can get it. There is Sam Otwell. He'll leave up the 7 pin. So Collinsville has 2 of the 3 head-to-head matches here. And here is Sullivan Fry on 26. That one looks, ooh, man, I thought that was going to curve just a little bit more to the left than what it did. Otwell trying to get that 7 pin. And he will, so he'll have 1 more throw. And Sullivan Fry trying to pick up his spare. This is a close head-to-head matchup here right now. And Fry will pick up his spare, so that'll help. And Sam Otwell, he throws his last one of the night down 25. And he'll pick up a strike. So Otwell will end up with a 168. And right now, Sullivan Fry has a 166, so I think he should have this one.
As long as it stays on the lane.
Yep. Fry lets it go down 26.
Yeah.
He did that nice and slow. He knew that all he needed to do was get it down there, man. So Sullivan Fry will win that head-to-head matchup. 175 to 168. 3 head-to-heads in a row, and meanwhile, Foodie, on 25 picks up a strike. And Wildy has not thrown his down there yet, and that's another close matchup. Right now separated by 3 pins, but that's only because Foodie has already thrown. Collinsville looks like they're going to win this thing, huh?
Slop it out.
Yeah. Here is Wildy. How about a strike by the senior? Foodie. Down 25. And he'll leave up a little split over there for his last throw. Wildy, his first of his last 2 coming up right now.
Looks good.
Yeah, it does. And another strike. Foodie, his final throw of the night, down 25, and he'll pick up a spare, and he will end up with a 176, and Wildy is already ahead of that. 884 is the pin total for Alton. Collinsville is already ahead of that, so Collinsville will win this team game and the head-to-head matches. 4 out of the 5. Wildy's final throw, and the night ends with a strike and a turkey in the 10th, and 203 for Wildy, and Collinsville ends up with 947 as far as the pin total goes, and Collinsville will pull out the win here tonight, man. How about that?
Not expecting that.
That was a gutsy comeback effort there by the Kahawks. All right, post-game time for us. Brandon, thank you very much.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll see you down the road.
Thank you for having me. I'm going to try and do one more match.
All right, well, I got one Monday. You going to make it to that one, or you got to work?
I'm not sure just yet.
All right. All right, thanks, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, that is Brandon Campbell. Time now to move to the post-game show, brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show, that comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisired lipolaser machine. The Invisired machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisired technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisired offers.
VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at collinsvilledailynews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahok sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at collinsvilledailynews.com, on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisired lipolaser machine. The Invisired machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisired technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisired offers.
All right, we are back here at the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Sorry about all the commercials, everyone, but somebody had to do a lot of math. It wasn't me, that's for sure, because I'm not good at math very much. But Collinsville ends up losing here tonight by a final score of 21-19 in a very hard-fought match by both of these teams. And Eli Hay, the head coach for the boys, joins us now. And, Coach, that was, well, number one, it was fun to watch. Yeah. For me, anyway. Yeah. I don't know about for you, but there were some pretty gutsy efforts in there by your guys, too.
Yeah, they, I mean, unfortunately, gave up way too many pins in that second frame, or the second game, and we just had to play catch up that third game, and unfortunately, it was just too many pins to catch up on. But I mean, they tried; they gave it their all.
Yeah. So you made some changes there, especially in that number 3 spot when Shane Box was having a little bit of a rough night. You brought in Amarian Hall, and he didn't have an open frame in that game that he threw in that second game. Man, he was a spare machine.
Yeah. I mean, and it's quite. If you want to hold on to the spot, you want to stay in the lineup, you pick your spares. You pick your spares, and I'm not going to pull you, because I mean, at that point, you're at least stabilizing a positive score going forward. And that just seems to be the big issue this year, especially in these matches where we got to get gutsy. Is we're not bearing down and giving it enough focus and enough appreciation for the spares. We get too fixated on the strike, and then they get frustrated when they're not striking, and then they start spiraling more and more. And once you do that, you lose sight of the easy stuff. And then when you miss the easy stuff, you blow leads like we had going into that second game.
Yeah, and then Hall did run into a little bit of trouble there and couldn't hit his spare, so you brought LeDrew back in.
Yep, and LeDrew went down to JV. I went and talked to my assistant coach Mark, and said LeDrew, got out of a little funk he got into. He's throwing it well, so brought him back over, and yeah, I mean, he finished that game well. He put up like five in a row or something like that. Yeah, he put up a good number of strikes. So no, he came in, he got himself refixed, reset himself, and yeah, I think he'll be ready for this weekend.
Yeah, Brody Hoganson had an off night.
Yeah, lanes were hard. I'm not going to say that we gave everything away, but lanes were difficult. It was a tougher night for us, but yeah, I was just kind of a little inconsistent on first shots and a little irregularly missed spares that he's usually covering.
All right, you guys got the Belleville Invitational Saturday at 9 a.m., so a lane that you're very familiar with.
Yeah. We this team actually bowls pretty well at Bel Air. We beat Belleville East earlier this year at their house. We tend to bowl well there, so it'll be good to get out there and run up some scores and get a little more confidence going.
All right, thank you very much for the visit, sir. We will talk to you next week.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right, thank you. That is Eli Hay, the head coach here for Collinsville. They fall tonight in a tough one, 21-19. That's going to do it for us. A big thank you to Coach Eli Hay joining us in the pre and the post-game show, and then the big thank you to Brandon Campbell joining us on the other microphone. We're back in action with you tomorrow. Got some hockey for you. Collinsville versus O'Fallon from the RP Lumber Center, and that game's scheduled to go on at 9:30, but there is a game before that, so we'll try to figure out when we're going to go on for pregame coverage. So until then, my name is Todd Duke. Everyone have yourselves a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.